Ayya kai.
Yaro baya bololo, fasin yan kwallo, zafi murna yan kallo, Bola Ahmed tambaiwa, dan shi baya gaugawa, kafafu domin saiwa, in ka jirgin sai tsawa, turanci ko turawa, yara zabi dan kowa, ba ma shakka. Duka dauka, sai ni barka.
Tinubu dance, we go the dance. 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 Tinubu dance, Tinubu dance, give me the dance. Tinubu dance, give me the dance. Tinubu dance, give me the dance. Tinubu dance, oh yeah Baba dance, oh yeah Baba dance. Say, oh yeah Baba dance. Wait, oh yeah Baba dance. Listen, Tinubu dance, we go the dance. Tinubu dance.
Buhari is dead and buried in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia.
Okay now.
I don't suffer, no be small. But say I get sense. Poverty no good at all. Now it make I join this business. For one night, no be it's once again. Everybody give me up. Everybody follow Mugu. My brother, I go chopper. National Airport, National Stadium, President, my sister, brother. I go drop your dollar. I go take your money, disappear. For one time in the betty, you be the mogu, I be the master. The refinery, let me get her. The contract, now you wife. But you won't pay me some more money, make I bring her. You be the mogu.
Can anyone hear me? What's all this?
Alábọ̀sí inú ẹrù wọn pẹ́, jìnnà sí wọn bí sánmọ̀ sílẹ̀ o, ara ló ń ta wọ́n ṣe mọ́ o, náà bá sunkún sójú. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ má ti fi ìgbín sọ kó fẹ́ yẹ, ẹyẹ kò lọ ìgbín sọnù sígbó. Wọ́n dúró títí ọwọ́ wọn ò tó, ìṣó máa ṣe ta ní kókó ṣòkòtò tí olókùn ó dá kìtìyàn o, ó dórí àwọn. Ṣí mi lọ́nà o, mo tẹríba fàdàgbà o, àgbà ẹ foríjì ni, ojoojúmọ́ ni mo pọ́n wọn lé, mo ń ṣèyá sí àwọn àgbà o, mi ò fojú tí rìn wọn láyé, ọmọdé ẹ má fàgbà ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, torí oníkọ́ tó yọ lání, ọmọdé ń bọ̀ wá dàgbà o, màmá ń bọ̀ wá dàgbà o. Máa ń bọ̀ wá dàgbà o. Ọmọdé ń bọ̀ wá dàgbà. Ọmọdé ń bọ̀ wá dàgbà o. Ọmọdé ló jẹ́ ẹni forí wọ́rọ̀ yìí yóò ṣàbàmọ́ àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé o nílé ayé o àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé dẹ́bìtọ̀ rẹ̀ àtàrà ilé o àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́ láyé àwa ò ní ṣàbàmọ́. wọ́n gbọ́ pé ọjà tán nílùú Sókótó wọ́n múra wọn sáré kárù sọ́kọ̀ o àyàn ọmọ ògbóògùn o wọn ò béèrè lọ́wọ́ orí orí lọ́mọ mẹ́wàá lọ ìyàwó ohun tí ẹ wá lọ sí Sókótó ohun bẹ lágbo Sókótó mo sọ àkúnlẹ̀yàn ọmọ ẹ̀dá láyé kò lè yí padà mo ń tẹnu mọ́ o olórí làlá bàrò orí làlá bàrò olórí làlá bàrò mo lórí làlá bàrò olórí làlá bàrò orí mi gbé mi níjà o olórí làlá bàrò làlá bàrò olórí làlá bàrò oríjà jogun ìkànnì wọn rí má fi wá fáyé mu nílé ayé wa o olúwa àgbẹ̀ wa níyàwó àmì nílé ayé wa ó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọ̀tá kọ́ ni wá ó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọ̀tá kọ́ lẹ́yìn ṣọ́wa nínú ọ̀pá wọn kìnìún ejò olóró àkékè ṣọ́wa nínú ìdàgìrì ayé dáàbò ẹ̀bùn wá fi ṣọ́rẹ́ ṣọ́wa o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè mo máa sáàdì ọba bá lókè o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o olúwa gbé wa níjà o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o kó má fi wá sílẹ̀ o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o olúwa má fi wá sílẹ̀ o mo sáàdì ọba bá lókè o àwọn ọ̀tá tí wọ́n rè rajọ ìbànújẹ́ ti bá àwọn ọ̀tá nílé àwọn ọ̀tá tí wọ́n rè rajọ ìbànújẹ́ ti bá àwọn ọ̀tá nílé àwọn ọ̀tá tí wọ́n rè rajọ.
All right, sorry about all that. A bit of a microphone there.
àwọn ọ̀tá tí wọ́n rè rajọ ìbànújẹ́ ti bá àwọn ọ̀tá nílé bí wọ́n ti ro ti wá sí nínú ilé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kó jẹ́ tiwọn lọ ijọ́ gbogbo. àwọn
And there it is. Sorry about that. A bit of a microphone issue. I pressed some button which I shouldn't have pressed, and I was beating myself up over it. I actually rebooted the computer, only not realizing that I'd pressed a button that I shouldn't have. But there it is. They say in Yoruba land, they say "Bota onshonjo bo." You know, technology is not the friend of a middle-aged man. So, button showing job and all that. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. All that. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. And how are you? Hope you've had a gloriously wonderful day. Cascading into yet another session. Your friendly neighborhood or you are laughing man. One man went to mow. One man went to mow the eagle lands again. The eagle lands and hopefully lands meeting you in good health. So the eagle lands and all that. So the protocol remains the same. Click on the like button just as soon as I invite you to do so. Do so. Click on the like button. If you are not already subscribed, then please do that. Like and subscribe. The hyperlink that says StreamYard. Oh, good to see you, Princess Rosie. It's been a moment since I saw you in the comment section. Click on like, click on subscribe, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. Share the links just as widely as you can and super chat to us to stream. So I ask all that every single stream. I'm asking that in this stream as well. One of these days, maybe you guys will start. At least, the very least you should do is to. What's the most crucial? The most crucial is to share the link. Out of all of the things I'm asking you to do, I've even spotted a spelling error in my title. People, anyway, I do these things so often that you just have to excuse spelling errors here and there. You know, sometimes I just cobble it together fairly quickly, and then I'll correct it after, because once I start streaming, I can't really edit significantly anymore. So I probably do that after the stream. But
Where was I? Of all of the things that I'm asking you to do, sharing the links is the most important bit, and it's free of charge. Just copy the link, put it in your social media spaces, wherever it is that you hang around on social media. Put it in there. So do all that. So like, share, subscribe, and of course super chat towards the stream. I always say that nobody ever does that. All those things. Shall we just get started? Let me send us to Instagram as well. It's been a while since we streamed to Instagram, so we're covering everywhere. We're even on TikTok now. Are you following the stream on? Are you following the platform on TikTok? By the way, um, because I'm starting to establish a presence there. Actually, just I'm still just roughing. Anyway, let me just leave all that. Follow us on TikTok if you could. The link in the comment section. Let me leave all that and just get straight into it because the late is so start. The start is so the late is so start was what I was about to say, but the start is so late. Let's just get started. Um, so yes. Nigeria Brazil seal deals in aviation, livestock, other sectors. So a lot of people critical, of course, of these trips that Tinubu make abroad. But it's not just for the benefit of taking in the sun, it's to bring investment into your country and mine. Brazil, Nigeria, to seal deals in aviation, livestock, other sectors. I'm going to be giving you about 3, 4 paragraphs on everything just because we're starting so late. Between today and tomorrow, Nigeria and Brazil will sign crucial business agreements to create direct flights between the two countries and generate massive livestock investment inflow. So it's not only the livestock and all of these things. Petrobras, which is the oil conglomerate of Brazil that left Nigeria about 5, 6 years ago, is actually now coming back. All of the back of Tinubu's trip to Brazil. The negotiations already an established route, airpeace to Rio de Janeiro, that's already been scheduled. All of the back of this trip to Brazil livestock interactions, of course, Niger State are championing and pushing. Do you know that the Niger State governor went to Tinubu because he's a proactive governor? You see, he any opportunity that is going, he is doing his best to bring it into his own state. But then, of course, the usual abokis, the rest of the abokis in the north, they're just taking federal allocations and converting it to dollars, taking it to the Middle East so that the Arab people can mock them. Nigeria, Brazil to seal deals in aviation, livestock, other sectors. So let's just whiz through this. Between today and tomorrow, Nigeria and Brazil will sign crucial business agreements to create direct flights between the two countries and generate massive livestock investment inflow. In other areas of agriculture, the Green Imperative Partnership, which kicks off after the visit, is to generate not less than 100,000 direct jobs and more than 5 million indirect jobs. President Bola Tinubu is on a 2-day state visit to Brazil on the invitation of the Brazilian president Lula da Silva to improve on their relationship in trade. This is President Tinubu's third visit and the most important to Brazil in the last 1 year. In his first visit was to attend the G20 meeting on November the 18th and 19th, 2024. The second visit was as an observer of the BRICS summit on July 6th and 7th. So this is the actual first official visit as a state visit to the Brazilian country. Brazil's Vice President Geraldo Meaan visited Nigeria in June and signed some agreement with Vice President Kashim Shettima. Tinubu flew to Brasilia from Japan, where he attended the Tokyo International Conference on African development. So that's Tinubu right there. So a lot of outtakes from that Brazilian trip, a lot of commentaries, because of course Tinubu spoke there and he spoke to this. Nigeria now has more money, no more corruption. So that's a bold statement to make, by the way. But what underpins that statement is that the portal, the main avenues of corruptions, the big stake corruption portals in Nigeria, where corruption manifests the most, has been blocked. The oil subsidy is the biggest conduit, or is the second biggest conduit of corruption, only really after the subsidy on the naira. Those two spaces, they've just been using it to loot endlessly. Do you remember when Lamido Sanusi, the emir of Kano, former CBN governor, when he alarmed that how can we be consuming this much petrol? Are we drinking it? So they'll just invoice fantastical figures on petroleum importation and then loot endless billions of dollars in subsidy. So this is exactly what Tinubu is speaking to. The biggest portals of corruption has been blocked off. Nigeria now, and as a result, the country now, a bit more of the money now going towards the people, and we're seeing that in Nel Fund, infrastructural development, improvement in electricity, etc. We're seeing that in all of the impacts that we're seeing now as the country begins to elevate from the bottom back up. Well, rise from the bottom back up, more likely the phrase. Um, Nigeria now has more money, no more corruption. The looter from Bodilion Tinubu, President Bola Tinubu has declared that Nigeria now has more money and less corruption following the economic reforms his administration introduced over 2 years ago. Speaking to investors in Brazil on Tuesday, Tinubu said the measures, including the removal of fuel subsidies and the liberalization of the foreign exchange market, had curbed currency speculation, boosted revenues, and created a more competitive economy. The reforms I embarked upon since I took over Nigeria. Over Nigeria have been very impactful. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming, Tinubu said. It is getting clearer to the people. We have more money for the economy, no more corruption. Then it goes on to talk about the subsidy regime. So that's that space. Let me go on from there to this one. So this is your friend, not mine, Kemi Badenoch, who continues to hemorrhage within the. She's now reaching out to racism, haven't tried to distance herself from being black. Oh, do I actually have? There was a BBC piece on Badenoch. Do I have that? That's the one I really wanted to. That's the one I want to. That's the one I want to put forward. Let me see. Let me see. I did have it, but it may well have been too long for me to have uploaded. So if it's too long to have been uploaded, then I can just play it as a clip. Oh no, I think I may not have been able to find it anymore. Oh God, hopefully I have it somewhere. Just I'm talking to myself now, even with an audience listening. Um, yeah, I did have it. I wanted to play it. Hopefully, it's because there it is. Oh, all right. So there it is. Um, oh, 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 all right, all right. No, that's not actually the one. It was some woman actually tearing strips of Kemi Badenoch. Yes, this is the one. Yes, this is the one. All right. All right. So where were we? Where were we? Which one did we have up? Sorry about all that. Let's see. Where were we? Yes, Kemi Badenoch. I am under attack from British racists over my race ethnicity. So listen to this. I'll read you this first, and then I'll play you that woman. Then we'll see what she has to say. Leader of the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom, Kemi Badenoch, has opened up about personal attacks she endured from British racists for becoming the first black woman to lead the party, describing the scale of the abuse as hysterical. Badenoch, who had previously praised Britain as the best place in the world for black people, told the Sunday Times that she had not expected the level of hostility since her election. According to her, the attacks she receives from fellow MP is minimal compared to the abuse hurled at her by racists on social media who target her because of her race and ethnicity. She said there is a certain cadre of people who clearly cannot cope with the fact that I want this and I'm doing that. The level of personal attacks from anonymous people is hysterical, not even just from MPs. I actually don't think it's that many MPs. I think it's two or three out of 120. So she's identified then that there are two or three MPs that just recalled from her for reasons of race. That is nothing, but online as well, the people used to talk about Trump derangement syndrome. I think there is a Kemi derangement syndrome. How could she possibly have done this? Badenoch said the racist on social media believed she could not have achieved the current status all by herself. There is a lot of ethno nationalism creeping up, lots of stuff about my race and ethnicity, and the tropes around, and the tropes around. Well, she couldn't possibly have done it all by herself. Correspondents report that Badenoch, who was born in Wimbledon but grew up in Nigeria before moving back to the United Kingdom age 16, had earlier said she is not really Nigerian by national identity, whilst only choosing to identify herself by her Yoruba tribe. Let me actually take you to this clip. This clip actually it really brings it to the fore. So let's listen to this.
She doing these things? What is she trying to achieve, do you think?
Absolutely nothing, Natasha. Let's be clear. Kemi Badenoch has clearly pressed her self-destruct button, okay? And it's taking a humiliation tour that, quite frankly, the public should just sit back and enjoy because it's quite entertaining. This is her pick-me expedition in which she's trying to sell her backstory, but she's only succeeded in making herself more unlikable and unrelatable every single time she opens her mouth. You know why? It's because Kemi Badenoch has no story to tell. She has no story to tell, no hardship to sell, and she has no roots of authenticity. I mean, the one thing that made her authentic, she just thoroughly rejected. Oh, I no longer identify as Nigerian. I'm just British. What exactly is British? Okay, can you break it down?
You see that was where Kemi Badenoch fell short right there. I no longer identify as Nigerian, strictly British. So there is no catch-all Britishness. Britishness is broken into subsects of nationality. So you have the Welsh who trace down to their Welsh roots. You have the English who trace down to their English roots. You have the Scottish, the Irish, etc., etc. So if she's identifying solely as English and only acknowledging her Yoruba sort of grudgingly, then what indigenizes her within the United Kingdom? That's the thing. She's not indigenized within the United Kingdom. She's indigenized outside of the United Kingdom. And where is she indigenized? She is indigenized in Nigeria. So her storyline doesn't even make any sense. There's a lack of genuity to the way she presents herself, and people dislike disingenuous people, and that is where her struggle is.
Nationality or British are you? Where's your authenticity from? She doesn't want to get into that. I mean, let's look at the story she told, right? That's Natasha. She could have told her boarding school story from a place of resilience, but instead chose to be a 45-year-old spoiled brat that has PTSD from doing chores. She could have, kept Nigeria out of her godforsaken mouth. But no, in order to make herself palatable to certain white.
And by the way, this person speaking is also a Nigerian. By the way, she's a Dr. Shola something. Yes, Dr. Shola. Show something. Shoba Memu or something. She's a Nigerian anyway. So it's just you just listen to everything she has to say, and it makes infinite sense. You know, there are several ways to present something, and there is the option not. They say that silence is the most potent weapon, because if you are silent, then nobody knows what you're thinking. Then you have that mystique. But the moment you open your mouth, people tend to they decipher what you say and then swing either way. But she should not have brought Nigeria into a narrative as now she probably regrets.
White people, not all white people, but to certain white people, she thinks she needs to come across as more British and 100%, focus British, so that they don't say, oh my God, yeah, you need to go back where you came from. When the reality is that the people she's peddling to want to deport her as well. She could have told the story about working hard and not told her she snitched on another student, because she actually thought that was a flex. But she told the world that I snitched on him and nobody applauded me for it. Nobody thanked me for it. You can see that she's not confused. I think what she's trying to do, she's trying so hard to, I would say she's trying so hard to cater to a certain demographic, and we know who that demographic, what they are, that she doesn't see that she becomes repugnant to them. The problem with racial gatekeepers like Kemi Badenoch is that they do not understand that their relevance and usefulness to white supremacy has an expiration date.
To what end is she doing these things? What is she trying to achieve, do you think?
Absolutely nothing. Natasha, let's be clear. Kemi Badenoch has clearly pressed her self-destruct button, okay? And is taking a humiliation tour that, quite frankly, the public should just sit back and enjoy, because it's quite entertaining. This is her pick-me expedition, in which she's trying to sell her backstory, but she's only succeeded in making herself more unlikable and unrelatable every single time she opens her mouth. You know why? It's because
You see, what Kemi Badenoch has done is that she has actually sacrificed she's sacrificed her personality, her relatability to what she thought was expediency, but it's not expedient, because even the people that she's trying to pander towards, they don't really rate this sort of a behavior. Everybody knows, before they elected her the leader of the Conservative Party, they knew she was a Yoruba man from Nigeria. When she was elected the leader of the Conservative Party, they elected her on the basis that she was a Yoruba woman from Nigeria. And when she was presented to the public as the public face of the Conservative Party, the public recognized her as a Yoruba woman from Nigeria. So why is she trying to distance from what elevated her into that post? Uncle Tom and Sally.
Kemi Badenoch has no story to tell. She has no story to tell, no hardship to sell, and she has no roots of authenticity. I mean, the one thing that made her authentic, she just thoroughly rejected. Oh, I no longer identify as Nigerian. I'm just British. What exactly is British? Okay, can you break it down? Which nationality of British are you? Where's your authenticity from? She doesn't want to get into that. I mean, let's look at the story she's told, right? That's Natasha. She could have told her boarding school story from a place of resilience, but instead chose to be a 45-year-old.
All right, I think that's looping on itself somewhat, but you get the drift, man. Kemi Badenoch, a walking corpse in the British politics. I will run for presidency in 2027. The perennial loser Atiku Abubakar, the last kick of a dying horse. I will run for the presidency in 2027. The pot-bellied man, Waziri of Abu Dhabi, Atiku Abubakar. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Sunday laid to rest insinuation that he might not contest the presidential poll 2 years from now, stressing that he would run for the nation's top job in the next election cycle. Atiku's position was made public through his longtime associate and spokesperson during the 2023 elections, Tunde Olusanle. During an interview with correspondents on Sunday, Atiku's recent declaration follows reports that he may reconsider his presidential bid after Professor Olateju from Achievers University suggested Atiku is more focused on improving Nigeria than on the presidency itself. In response, Atiku distanced himself from Olateju's comments, stating from his holiday home in the UAE that the remarks are unauthorized. So, how quiet is the UAE his holiday home? When he's not working in Nigeria, outside of the electoral cycle, is in the UAE. That's where he lives. That's not his holiday home. He holidays in Nigeria, lives in the UAE. When people stand in for me at events, we preview my thoughts on the instant subject. In this particular instance, there was no engagement with me to distill my thoughts. Professor Olateju was not speaking for me. Atiku was quoted as saying, I will run in 2027. Nigeria needs to be decisively rescued from the intensive care unit it has been consigned to. The degeneration of our country, the level of poverty and pain, uh, uh, the anguish, is unacceptable. He said the People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate in the 2023 general election also calmed the frayed nerves of teeming supporters, assuring that the coalition will shock the world in the 2027 presidential election, despite efforts by the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) to ridicule it. He criticized what he referred to as the unprecedented theft under the current administration, emphasizing the urgent need to rescue the country from its leaders. He noted that the APC will mobilize. He noted that the APC will mobilize Nigerians to challenge the status quo. The ADC, that I should say. That's why I paused. He noted that the ADC will mobilize Nigerians to challenge the status quo in 2027, stating that he plans to put his name forward for the election. The occupying the seat, the lost. Okay, anyway, he said he's going to run, so that's all we needed to do. So that comes as no surprise to anyone. But how does that permutate in terms of so that is making it clearer anyway. So if Atiku runs, he runs under ADC, and if Atiku runs under ADC, Peter Obi has to look for a different home. So Peter Obi still making his way slowly back to Labour Party to go on his knees to Julius Abure to give him a ticket. So that's really what that tells us, isn't it? Really. So Atiku to run on the ADC, Peter Obi to run on the Labour Party, almost certainly. So that's almost somewhat established. So that's an established position. But who will run for the PDP? PDP zones presidency to South, clears path for Jonathan Obi. So I say Obi will run on the Labour Party. There's still every possibility that he might still make his way back to the PDP. PDP zones 2027 presidency to South, clears path for Jonathan Obi. PDP zones 2027 presidency to South, boosting chances of Jonathan's comeback and Obi's bid amid party realignment. The coast appears clear for former President Goodluck Jonathan and ex-Anambra State Governor Peter Obi to contest the 2027 election. The 2027 election as the National Executive Council of the People's Democratic Party PDP yesterday zoned its presidential tickets to the South. Both Jonathan and Obi were under pressure from their supporters to run in 2023. And with the NEC meeting, the PDP has now emerged as a strong platform for either of them to launch a comeback. Although Jonathan has yet to formally declare his intention, some of his loyalists have insisted that he has agreed to return in 2027 on the PDP platform. Their preference for him is rooted in the belief that he would be more acceptable to the North since he is constitutionally limited to serving only one 4-year term. Obi, meanwhile, has remained a polarizing figure. He co-founded the coalition-led African Democratic Party (ADC) whilst maintaining a faction of the Labour Party. His popularity both online and offline has kept PDP stakeholders considering him a viable presidential candidate. Though he has openly expressed interest in the 2027 race, he has not yet declared the party under which he would run. His supporters fear that the ADC might leave its ticket open, a move that could make it easy for former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, a perennial northern contender, to claim it. In such a scenario, Obi's camp believes the PDP provides a stronger and more stable platform than the Labour Party, which has been weakened by internal divisions. At the next meeting in Abuja on Tuesday, the party confirmed that the office of the national chairman will remain in the North, whilst the presidency would go to the South. So this is to tell you just how strong Wike's hold is on that party, because this is what Wike always insisted on, and this is exactly how it's panning out. Presenting the report of the zoning committee, Governor Doees of Bayelsa State said all the PDP national offices currently in the North and South would remain in their respective regions with micro-zoning left to the state. So that's the PDP right there. So they opened up that field then. There's actually a clip that speaks to that. So let's have a listen to just how Bala Mohammed is presenting it. So let's listen to Bala Mohammed presenting on this.
I am very, very satisfied with the resolution because I am part and parcel of it, from the arrangement, from the strategy, and from the delivery. So it is an all-inclusive decision for us to have our neck in Ibadan, Oyo State, on the 15th of November, and to have another neck on the 15th of October, and also to sustain the existing zoning formula within the party offices, and of course to zone the presidential office to the south so that we can have some sanity, some understanding and unity. Well, I'm calling on Nigerians to know that politics is not about personal interest. It's about self-actualization within the framework of party decisions, party manifesto, and also national development. And that everything is predicated on sacrifice, not self-interest. And of course, we must always give allowance. We must live and let's live. We must respect each other. Of course, power comes from God. And so I'm always available. We are all available as governors, as NWC, as BOT to work towards making sure that PDP is the darling of Nigerians so that we can give the political space or allowances for everybody to come and actualize his or her aspirations.
So there it is. The PDP zones their ticket to the south. So what does this mean? What this means is that they would not be presenting and they would not dare try and play any fast ones. Even Tambuwal, he cannot do any of his funky tricks anymore. I'm not even sure if he's still with the PDP. There's so much movement within the political cycle, you don't even know what's what. Until the dust settles, everything is still foggy. But this is not foggy. PDP chieftain endorses Makinde as 2027 presidential candidate. So there it is. A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Oyo State, Femi Babalola, popularly known as Jogo, has declared Governor Sheyi Makinde the most suitable presidential candidate for the party in the 2027 general election. The main protagonist then, to all intents and purposes, Sheyi Makinde remains the only name viable because Goodluck Jonathan has not re-entered the party and Peter Obi has left the party. But really, the viability on the ticket for the PDP because the field is now taking shape somewhat. The field for 2027 on the ticket on the ballot for the PDP is either going to be Goodluck Jonathan, Sheyi Makinde. It's going to be one of those two. I don't see Obi coming back into the PDP, but Obi might well make a return, a last-minute return. But the on that ballot is either going to be Sheyi Makinde or Goodluck Jonathan. So what does that tell you? That tells you then that the PDP has surrendered the 2027 election. So that's what that tells us. Let's rattle through the clips that we have, and then we'll see if anybody comes in for a conversation. Don't hold your breath though, because we're starting so late. We don't know if anybody will turn up. But let's kick it off with this. You know that chasm now that has opened between the southwest and the southeast. This first clip speaks to that. That chasm that has opened between the southwest and the southeast.
Hey, tell me, who is the lucky man?
His name is Uchenna.
Ukilokwe.
Uchenna.
Uchenna. God forbid Martin. Uchenna.
But Daddy, I'm in love.
You are not in love. You are under the love. In fact, you are in danger. Hey. You don't know. You are not in love at all. Omo Igbo. For you to marry Omo Igbo, lie.
Well, Papa, she's a Yoruba girl.
Huh?
Yes. Her name is Kike.
Hey! Papa. Hello! What are you shouting? Did I say anything wrong? Oh. Papa? Hey! Are you okay?
Papa, why are you doing this to me? Papa, you're meant to be happy for me.
Me? What did I do? Huh?
Papa, just calm down and try and understand what I'm saying.
Upon as I take train you. Good food, what take train you? Good soup, what take train you? Uche. Better thing, what prepare what take train you? Now pepper and oil you want go lick.
So there it is right there. True words spoken in jest. But you wouldn't really say it's true words spoken in jest because out of all of the ethnic mix in Nigeria, the most, maybe even more than the Hausas and the Fulanis, I think the most intermarriages actually happen between the Southwest and the Southeasterners. I've not yet met I've not yet met a Yoruba man that doesn't luster after some Igbo girl or the other. So that's that. Let's go on from that to weightier matters. Let me play you this. This is Tinubu chest beating somewhat in Brazil.
It's necessary to emphasize here that the reform that I've embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption. We have the governor of Central Bank here. You don't have to know him before you get the foreign exchange that you need. The speculators are out in our currency market. The door is open for businesses. Easy in, easy out.
So there it is right there. That's Tinubu then speaking to the his policies are starting to compound, and I've always said that come 2027, Tinubu will campaign on achievements. I think people are starting to be clear now on what I meant when I always insist on that. Because by 2020, the policies are starting. Do you remember when they used to shout "Ebing power"? Nobody's shouting that anymore now because it doesn't quite have the cachet anymore. The prices of food is dropping quite sharply on a daily basis. So they don't have that as a go-to anymore. So they are now running to funkier and more and increasingly psychedelic spaces in order to maintain that momentum. But even those psychedelic spaces that they run to, the noose is tightening around those spaces. There is nowhere to run anymore as the politics continue to increasingly compound. The compounding of the policies are examples of the Lagos Calabar Super Highway. They commissioned 30 kilometers, people marked, but by the time we get to the end of this year, the quarter of next year, they would have done about 300 kilometers. So you cannot then argue against it anymore. The students' loan, I was going to bring you clips of our students still celebrating the students' loan, but I think you've seen sufficient enough of that. That's been a resounding success. So you cannot argue against that anymore. You cannot. We've seen six. So there's so much that's been done, and as these things continue to come to fruition, the northeast road, the east-west road rather, they are doing that now, but a lot of these things will be completed near completion by 2027. So it will be impossible for you to argue against this guy working for the benefit of the people. As the policies continue to compound, it will become increasingly difficult for Obi, etc., to continue on that campaign of calumny. But still, Tinubu in Brazil, here is this is one of the grandest yet state welcomes, state visits that Brazil has yet experienced. Watch this. Celebrate your president. Oh, all right. So that was the grand welcoming of Tinubu to. So that's Tinubu's third visit to Brazil, by the way, over the course of 12, 18 months. But that is his first official state visit. The first one was for the G20 group, which was a walking visit. And then the second one was to be an observer of the BRICS meeting there. As you know, Nigeria trying to get into that BRICS setup. But this third one now is an official state visit by the Nigerian president at the invitation of his Brazilian counterpart. And a lot came out of that trip, a lot of takeaways. Petrobras, as I said, back in Nigeria, agricultural interchange, etc., etc., as successful as his trip to Japan. So there it is. We're still staying with Brazil, but this clip now that I'm about to play you, it shows just how clever the Tinubu administration is. So we have a foreign minister who is one of the best, by the way, is almost as good. In fact, by my own personal bias, I think is better than Bolaji Akinyemi. Our foreign affairs minister is a guy called Yusuf Tugar. You know, he's as savvy and as sleek and as diplomatic as they possibly can be, as sharp as a whip, as sharp as a whip. So that's our foreign minister, Yusuf Tugar. But that particular parastatal, that particular ministry, it has the best in terms of the hierarchy. The people who head that space, they are the best combination possible. So the foreign affairs minister, as I said, Yusuf Tugar. But the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, the person like his state version deputizing him is Bianca Ojukwu. And I thought appointing Bianca Ojukwu into that post is a master stroke, because the sort of public face that Nigeria wants to put forward is that sort of Bianca. She's tall, she's striking, she's statuesque, and she's exceedingly beautiful. So that's the sort of public face. You know, so you go internationally and you throw Bianca Ojukwu at them and they stand in awe. What do I mean? Watch this.
Federal da Nigéria sobre cooperação na formação.
So what better face do you want to put forward as the public face of the country other than Bianca Ojukwu? So I thought that was a superstar move to have appointed her. So now this next two clips, they interlock and they still go to the narrative of the compounding of the Tinubu administration's policies. So the compounding of the Tinubu administration's policies, and here they are compounding. So the first clip speaks to the compounding of those policies, and the next clip is the next two clips speaks to the impact on the people.
I am Olumide Shokoya. The federal government has commenced phase 2 of the Cement Power Project, designed to overhaul Nigeria's electricity transmission network and deliver 12,000 megawatts of power to the national grid. The initiative, and a product of Nigeria Germany Presidential Power Initiative, follows the completion of financing agreement with Siemens Energy. According to the Ministry of Power, the second phase will deliver 7 upgraded lines and 10 transmission lines covering 554 kilometers with capacity to carry 7,140 megawatts. The government said the equipment from the pilot stage, including 10 power transformers and mobile substation, had already boosted transmission by 1,300 megawatts, with installation nearing completion. Officials confirmed Nigeria would provide counterpart funding alongside international financing to execute the project. The federal government said the upgrades will significantly reduce grid collapse, improve reliability, and expand electricity access for households and businesses.
So there it is right there. So that's a policy, and that's a policy compounding, and this is the impact on the people.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, since I've been living in Nigeria 30 years plus, I've never seen this happen in my entire life living in Nigeria. Look at this. I will not show the product. Look at this. This is pure water that got blocked in my fridge. Now listen, not freezer of my fridge. You know, say fridge again freezer where the cool pass the normal. You understand? See, this is block. From my fridge. Hey, Tinubu. You know your normal fridge now, where you put towards the down part of the fridge. This will tell you that there have been consistent light. Like I literally off my freezer, my normal freezer. I used to off it because that one said if you put soup inside, before you go defroze in my entire life in Nigeria, at least in this part of my side though where I live, I know see some other area and they get like steady, but where I live. This is the first time in my history that pure water will block, not cold. This is, see, pure water will block kakaraka inside fridge. Anyway, some people say that, Ibuka, these are basic things of life that government should do. Yes, I understand this. These are the basic things. Do road, security, power supply, give good policies that government is supposed to do, which I understand. But at least, should we say Tinubu is trying for at least bringing us back to the point where it's supposed to be first? Because you know the way Nigeria is now, we have almost gone. So is Tinubu trying to bring us back to where we're supposed to be? Because I don't know whether I should be praising the president. I don't know. Anyway, whoever is making this happen, I don't know. God bless the people. Let me just put it that way. I'm not here to praise any government.
And by the way, a lot of people will claim that, oh yes, it was paid. You know, you've been paid. Is anybody that says anything complimentary about the government? It's been paid. But that's been universally reported right across Nigeria, especially in places like Lagos, Abuja, all the capital cities. They are increasingly reporting vast, noticeable improvements in electricity availability. And that is yet another example. It's happening all over the country, except, of course, places like where people like Ekene live and stuff like that. It would never happen there. So still the compounding of our policies. Here is the next one.
Lagos and Niger State, they had a deal. What's the deal? Lagos is collecting 100,000 hectares farmland from Niger State. What a fantastic way to think. Wow, Sanwo-Olu and that Niger governor, that was, God bless you guys for coming up with that. Lagos doesn't have the land, but they have the people. Niger State doesn't have the people, but they have the land. You can see that trade by barter transaction between states. That's what we want to see. And President Tinubu just brought 100 and something trucks, farming equipment that never happened in Nigeria before. This is supposed to be a revolution. Every governor is supposed to be like this Niger State governor now. The way the guy they roll out food. Wow. Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, Niger State, you guys, that's a good deal. Mr. President, thank you for bringing those 2,100.
So that's yet another example. Let me play you. I've got several clips, but I'll play you two more. I'll send the link in the comment section again, and then we'll see what happens after that. So we're still in the realms of policy compounding, and much to the chagrin of the naysayers. Even the naysayers are starting to have some sort of grudging concession that the policies are starting to compound. What do I mean? What these?
Putting more money
into the collective pot. Well, it is good news if that is true. It is good news if it is indeed true that the federal government has been able to collect 1.49 trillion in terms of arrears owed by all these agencies, NUPRC, NMPC, FIRS, and others. Now, the main issue here is about federal government revenue. What they have collected will boost revenue. It means that there will be more money, more revenue at the federal, state, and local council levels. And we hope, our hope is that that money collected as distributable pool will be used for the purpose of development, and the effect will be felt by the people. But what it says, in my view, is also about the performance of the Buhari administration. Under the Buhari administration, everybody was just doing what they liked. They were all looking for ways to hide money, to steal money. So what the Tinubu administration is doing is about transparency and accountability. And I've seen a commentary saying that, in fact, we have collected back 1.49 trillion since January, but that there's still more money hidden within the system. And that was part of the error of the incompetence of the Buhari administration, where, government enterprises, departments of states, revenue-generating agencies resorted to self-help. So to the extent that the Tinubu administration is trying to correct that, I think it's a very good development. However, I hope that special attention will be paid to transaction costs, because many of these agencies and departments of government, they also have what they call transaction costs. So if you collect all of this from them and they have remitted, I hope the budgetary allocations to those departments and government enterprises will be retained so that we will not have excuses in terms of performance. Now, the topics are many, I don't know. But okay, let me.
So that was a qualified praise then from the Arise TV space, but they can't hold on to saying nice things about Tinubu for too long. So let's go on from that to this.
Saving 41 billion. When the people are suffering, when the roads are unmotorable, when university lecturers are threatening to go on strike, when resident doctors, nurses, and midwives are saying that their entitlements have not been paid, when pensioners are complaining, and then you come to the Nigerian people, you say, oh, we are saving so much money, 41 billion, and this 41 billion is not in Nigerian banks, it's in foreign banks. So how is the direct benefit to Nigeria, to the Nigerian economy? So questions will be asked. Okay, what if we take 1 billion from that 41 billion and we settle university teachers and their demands? What if we take 1 billion and we fix some of the roads that are not available? What if we take another 1 billion and we fix some other? It's like a father who says he's saving for his children and the children are suffering. They cannot pay school fees. They are hungry. And then the father says, oh, don't worry, I have savings for you. The money is in the banks. After all, we tried with a sovereign wealth fund in this country. We also did not manage it well. So why don't we deal with essential problems that Nigerians are facing? It is when we have the effect in terms of the lives of the people that we will know that, okay, we have savings. However, how about the bonds? This same government has issued a lot of bonds. We have incurred a lot of debts. If you remove those bonds and those obligations, those debts from this 41.05 billion, you will see that no, the figure is not real. We don't have that much. 2024 budget has not yet been fully funded. 2024. We're still toying with it. 2025 budget is not being fully funded. Most of the MDAs, they don't have enough funds. They are not cash backed. Let us even forget about the ordinary Nigerian. So capital projects are suffering, even at the state levels. So what is the wisdom in saying we are saving 41 billion in foreign reserve just to stabilize the naira when people are suffering? So I don't get the sense in it. Maybe economists will say macroeconomics is more important than the lives of the people. And that would look to me like a voodoo economics.
So that's Ruben Abati right there, who couldn't really help himself. He had to revert back to type. So that's Ruben Abati reverting back to type. I've still got quite a few clips to play you, but I think I may well save them for tomorrow. So I'll play you the Kegite music, see if anybody turns up. I'll send the link in the comment section again, and then we'll take it from... yes, I thought I was deleting quite a few clips. I thought I deleted the Kegite, but no, the Kegite.
Only water, where they see ma. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro keke elemu ye o. Ide shodi ya kekere elemu re o. Bobby master kekere elemu re o. Chifu Latif kekere elemu re o. Eruku lele elemude. Eruku lele egbe elemudodo jare o. Eruku lele Ghana ti de egbe body o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣẹ́, may death have nothing to do with us. So Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣẹ́, àmì ẹ̀ pọ̀. So amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. Amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. Amen to that. Joining us, the excellent Baba T, the smartest woman on the planet. That's Zita right there. And to add a bit of funk to the proceedings, Tony joins us as well. So those are the assembled so far. And by the way, if you're not already following us on TikTok, please go follow us on TikTok. We want to hit some numbers there because we're now on TikTok. So if you're not already following us on TikTok, the link in the comment section, go give us a follow there. The elegant Prince Daddy joins us as well. So those are the assembled so far. We go in the order that people turned up. We go to BT. But before BT speaks, let me play you this, which I think BT is quite keen for you to see. So I'll play this, and then BT will talk us through what we're watching.
This is good. I love it.
So, excellence in XYZ, Buba Oladuni. So, Buba Oladuni, a relative of yours, BT?
No, I didn't. Hey, I mean, don't let me go that route. But I saw the clip and I just thought,
I saw it as well, actually, about 2 days, a day or so ago, yes.
that's the 12. I mean, if she keeps this up, she probably will be missing in the country in a few years. You know what I mean? Scholarships everywhere. And
I hope our family has the finances to
they
back
don't.
her,
They
to back her
don't.
talent, you know.
I read the backstory. I think she's like a single mom and market seller and stuff like that. You know, the daughter, I think she helps with the.
But these are the sort of people we should be adopting as a platform. Remember when we used to do that? You know, if I could do something, I would. You know, the one thing that always kills me is if talents like this, if they fall victim of circumstances.
No, I said it before on this platform. I had a friend like that back in school. That I went back to Nigeria after like a couple of decades, and I thought he was going to be like in medical school and doing something, and he's now. I mean, back then when I went in 18, he was doing jingles on local radio. So from the best of it back in school, then it's a jingle advert. It just Nigeria happened to him pretty much. So hopefully she doesn't end up in that same situation. But there are kids in that part of Ogun State that over the past 5 years.
Oh, is this from Ogun State? Is this?
I mean, obviously, come on. I mean, why? Do you think
all right. Okay. Why else would they have brought it forward?
Why do you think I brought it up?
Imagine if you were an Igbo man, you'd be worse than Pansat.
No. I am very nice. I'm humble. I don't brag that as much. But there's like few secondary schools in that area, ambassadors. They've been chunking out this female. I mean, these girls the past years. I mean, they've been dominating the international scene in sciences, all competitions. And the reason I actually brought it up was because of Kemi Badenoch, when she said that. I think we didn't cover that part where she said that if you're a brilliant Yoruba girl, that you're told to go back to the kitchen. And I'm like, wait a minute. In our own culture,
on what plan? My mother is a lawyer. She's 80 something, so she did law when she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
So under what system was that ever the case?
I'm like, the Yoruba culture celebrates the girl child when education. They celebrate you, right? It's a big deal. So I don't know where she got that from. Now, okay, let's get back to this story. Can I start now? I'm going to just be very brief.
No, yeah, you have the floor. Yeah, carry on.
Kemi Badenoch, I'm under attack by British white supremacists. Well, am I supposed to feel bad for her, one man? Am I supposed to what? Am I supposed to say today? Oh, I'm sorry, my sister. I mean, what was she expecting us to say to this? It was inevitable. It was going to happen to her.
Do you think she panicked, that she found herself in the lofty heights that she could never have envisioned? This was a girl that grew up in Lagos, by the way, because by the age of 16, you're fully formed. But she's been able to come at a sufficient enough age, young enough age, to adapt to the English tonality, and then she finds herself the leader of the. Do you think she's panicked? She's overreached. What do you think? Why do you think she's the way she is?
Sometimes in life, when people attain levels that they don't envision themselves in, they tend to, I think she couldn't handle the spotlight. She never believed she could get to that level, and when she got there, she was open to being coached by, people that didn't necessarily help her through her journey in the political space. So I don't believe that she has the same team that she had when she first started in politics, when she was writing those articles, when she was being marketed as the Nigerian girl. Remember that? I think it was 2010, right? So
yes.
I don't.
I used to go to the Nigerian aunties then that put one of your own in parliament. Yes.
Right. So I don't think she has the same team around her, and maybe they've said maybe you can't go any higher than this if you keep championing or keep saying that you're Nigerian. You need to do something different. And I think she got wrong advice. and I think she did not. I think she could have pivoted regardless. I think the nail in the coffin, one man, like you actually said, was the her being British thing. I think everything else could have been forgiven, even if it's terrible. She could have still pivoted back, but I think once she denied Nigeria and claimed to be British, I think that was the nail in the coffin. That was the point of no return for her, and she had to stick to that. If she hadn't said that, I believe she could have found a way back, and we could have forgiven her, and she could have moved on. Maybe not become prime minister, but at least be formidable in that scene. But I think once she mentioned that she was British, that kind of confused. I was confused. You were confused. Even her. I'm sure she was confused. Like, what the hell did I just say now? How can you be British? I mean, don't quote me wrong, but being British is about the ethnic group from the Welsh part, right? They have their own subject as well.
Yes, once she said that, there's no going back from it. So she's now stuck in that funk.
I don't remember Yoruba being under the British ethnic group. Maybe we I don't know what. Maybe there's a Yoruba British in the Wales. So
you say that they came out with the earliest Britain.
Oh God!
Through some DNA remodeling, and it was the face of a black man.
And it was Yoruba, right?
Well, probably.
It was from your life.
Possible. You know, there's a speculation that it was actually the Yorubas that founded this land.
Well, one man, I'm not gonna go there.
Well, if the Southeasterners can be the founders of Israel and America, then let's go there now.
So one man returned home, right? So that's what you're telling me.
This is it.
Okay. So, but bring us. I like that kind of debate. Actually, when you have time, you can bring those. I will engage you, but bring me some facts and proof, and we can discuss that. But the Kemi thing, I think she's done in politics. She's toast. If the people that you were trying to pander to are now going against.
Do you think they should replace her quickly for her own good?
No, they already brought this guy out. What is his name? The black guy. What's his name?
Which one?
No, her party brought somebody to deputize her. It's a black dude.
No. There's a guy that is saying he's going to challenge her. That came out a couple of days ago. But it's a white guy, not a. Yeah.
Yeah, but
if he challenges her, she would lose that seat. But I think she should lose that seat before she inflicts even more damage on herself.
Yeah, let's just.
So, woman, what are you saying? Are you not the one talking about how she's going to be the Prime Minister of UK?
No, not me. It's Chioma that is championing that.
Oh,
she has no chance of ever being. Not the hell will freeze over. Before.
Let's just move on to this. I will run for presidency. Okay, we know that. So I don't. What is the story behind this? He's gonna run. Everybody, we already know that. So I don't know what's the news. 1 month.
Yeah, but it's the field. There was actually there was an event that he sent somebody to deputize for him, and that person there was saying that he may not necessarily run. That is more interested in the Nigerian project. So he came out quickly to debunk that, to say that no, I will be on the ballot. But then that tells us then that the field is starting to take shape. So that signals to Peter Obi then that look for your home somewhere else. That's my reading of it anyway.
In America here, I can actually put your name on the ballot, even if you're dead. You can run from the grave. I've told you on this platform, there have been some on a few occasions, people have won. Dead people have beaten the living in America. So I would not be surprised if Atiku runs from the grave, if our law allows it. He will keep running until he dies, and they will keep putting his name on the ballot, even after it's long gone. He's going to keep running. So anybody saying he's not run doesn't. He needs to fire that staff, whoever that is, needs to be fired.
But there's a curious thing that may happen, BT. Atiku will be the only northern name on the ballot.
Mm-hmm. But that is. But if he plays it right, that is actually to his own advantage.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So why would he not run?
Because PDP has considered their ticket to the South.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Obi, PDP South, either Makinde, Jonathan, or maybe even Obi himself.
How well did he do in the middle belt, one man? How well did he do?
Who? Peter Obi or
No,
Atiku?
I don't
No,
Obi
I think Obi made real incursions, and I don't think he did it exceptionally well. No.
Obi won 3, Tinubu won 3, right? I think so. So if any one of if Good Luck runs, then because now he has to make a case for that means the middle belt will be decided, and if Atiku runs and okay, he's gonna run. But this news of Good Luck coming back, which is starting to gather more momentum, right, one man? It's like before we were very dismissive of it, but at this point you cannot be dismissive of that news story until he says it's not going to run in public because it's gathering.
I think PDP conceding their ticket to the South, it gives more credence to the possibility of Good Luck, because that would be, it speaks to a narrative of that they are trying to beat his terms. That look, he said some terms that look, if you're going to do it, then these are my terms. It sounds as though it's a come and take it sort of a thing. That's what it looks like
Right.
to me.
So they're going to open all doors for him. But here's the thing: if Good Luck runs under the PDP, and Obi finds his way back to Labour, and so we have a 4-horse race, right?
Yes.
Then that all Atiku just needs. Atiku might take this one, man.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. All those ethno-religious votes in the north, they go to Atiku by default, because he'll be, even Kwakwanso will not be on the ballot. So they just go to him by default, don't they? All the damn Jaweed votes.
So he will probably get his Oshun like he always does. The PDP is very strong in Oshun, so he just needs few states down south, and he's the president of the country. So,
do you not think it was their delicate factor that gave him that Oshun state?
I mean, PDP they've always been strong in Oshun. They've always been. I mean, even if they don't win, they have this second place show in that state. So the same in Ogun State. Ogun West is a strong PDP hold. It's a very strong PDP hold. So he will get the required number in Ogun State. He's going to get that 25% in Ogun. That Ogun East, he will get the required number. So if he can do it in Ogun State, Ibadan, even in your own state, they have a very strong PDP presence there. So he will get those two. You get this in those two states. Probably win Osun, some few states down south. If he can be competitive in the middle belt, he gets the presidency. So we have to be very, very careful. So Good Luck is what do you guys call it? Is it the dark horse now? Or
yes. Yes. But who will he be taking votes away from is the thing.
I wouldn't say no, because in the South, Obi didn't do. How did Obi do in South? I've forgotten. How did he do in South?
He did very well. He took about 3 states, didn't he? He won Doe and all those kind of.
So that goes away. That goes away. So that it will probably affect.
Oh yes, it will pull votes from Obi definitely.
So it's gonna affect Obi and Tinubu.
And then it's from Bayelsa, isn't it? So it probably
there goes your what do you call it? Southern Nigeria with their so-called fake unity, right? We are one South and one Hiroshi. There's no one South Nigeria. So that let's just move on from those. So let's see what happens in the coming months. I'm still not sure that Obi is not eyeing going back to the PDP. It's still the possibility that he might go back to the PDP.
That gives him the best possible chance, doesn't it? Yeah.
So, and find him like a Rabiu, give him a Rabiu Kakwaso or Tambua.
No, he can't go with Kwakwanso now. Kwakwanso is a Tinubu man.
Okay. So give me a name. Give me a name up north that you think will be formidable if you.
It's going to be Bala Mohammed. There's only one strong northern name in the PDP, and that's Bala Mohammed.
So how do you think this? So let's say Bala Mohammed, Obi, and Atiku goes with our boy from Rivers. And then
Fubara?
No, from Rivers. No, the former governor. What's his name? Rotimi.
Oh, Amechi. Yes. I can see that.
How do you think that plays out?
I don't see that playing out. I see Tinubu. Let's just for the purposes of it might not be Shetima. I see Tinubu Shetima Okwakwanso. Then I see Atiku, Rotimi Ameche, DC. I see plate against some Labour Party, Obi and his Man Friday. And then in the PDP, I see Goodluck Jonathan Bala Mohammed. That's how I see it.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, wow. So let's see what the middle belt has to say then, because they will decide the elections pretty much. Then. So yeah, that would be between. That's interesting. So let's move on from that. That's good.
The margins will be wider, but the numbers will be shorter. You know, so Tinubu won't get as many votes as he got in 2023, but the gap between him and the second person will be wider than the 1 million votes or so of 2023.
So it pretty much who can turn out the most votes. So
yes,
whoever can get the most votes to show up for them wins the elections pretty much. So yeah, that would be interesting too. We'll get there. Yeah,
all right, take us to Brazil, and your president went and he came back with a bounty.
Was that Kwabia there?
It wasn't there. Chebi fine boy. What about Olumo or something that he's been doing some moves now? Oh, you can't.
No, let me make it like I put that story in our Egba WhatsApp chat. He has a lot of members, and I got the Egbas were not so happy. Like, what do you mean? It's about that the only Egba state. What about Wasibi? What about E4? What about Bokoloki? Like, don't we have? So they're not too pleased with the deco that they're like, no, he hasn't done enough for Open Central. So let me take my praise. Let me cut it into half before they get in trouble.
But people will be trooping there when you guys go home. Now you all go to
but that is not the only Egba city. That there are multiple towns in the whole entire district. So they feel like it's abandoned them. What really happened is with Dakpo and the Egba elders, because the airport they have in Sagamana, that airport was supposed to be in Wasimi, which is Ogun Central, but they took it to the Ijebu side, so they've not forgiven that administration. So that's what's going on with them. But on a more serious note, this is very good. This will benefit Airpeace, by the way.
Yes. I think they are already scheduling the routes. The concession is to them the direct flights to Rio de Janeiro,
and the livestock obviously will benefit Ogun State more because we've had like.
I think it will more likely benefit Niger State because he went with Tinubu.
No. I mean the livestock thing. Remember I told you about the Brazilian companies trooping into Ogun State for livestock.
All right, yes.
So it's Ogun that they've picked for their project. So they might establish other things later to the north. I don't know about that, but that I know I can confirm is the meat packing plant in Ogun State. So I'm surprised that Dakpo didn't even show up. I thought he was gonna come there. Maybe I don't know. So congrats to the Airpeace, to Ogun State, to everybody that's going to benefit from this. It's good. I there's something bad to say about this.
What are you making of how Tinubu is deploying Bianca Ojukwu?
Brilliant. Like you said, it's a brilliant move. People tend to say less, like to be negative when you have attractive women in the room. It's just the nature of men, especially men with power. So, and those women tend to get their way with them, So if you can use her and she can help the country, why not? Hey, put your best foot forward, right?
Of course.
Or in this case, put your best face forward.
I was going to say something else, but PG something. Yes, put your best forward.
And she's well endowed in the back. She has a Manchester. So
no, she's a striking figure.
Yeah, tall.
And then when you present that as the face of your,
she's over 6 feet, right? She's like over 6 foot. She's a very tall lady.
Yes, she's and she's managed to maintain somewhat of physique. Even I think she'll be in early mid-50s thereabouts. She's
I like the pairing of her and Tuga. Tuga has been fantastic.
Is my favorite minister in Nigeria.
It's been fantastic. I love the way they were even quoting. They were even using his clips. The way he responded to Kemi Badenoch and Trump, it was all over the black media in America.
Really?
When Trump wanted to send those prisoners to Africa.
Yeah, with the Venezuelans or something.
So when he
yeah.
responded, all the black media, they were using this clip. Like even Africa said, no, look at this guy from Nigeria. And they kept using all this because this guy was quoting rap groups from the 80s, Run DMC. He knows all the lyrics. I'm like, this guy knows his market. He knows how to talk. So it's been very, very good for us, for the country. So yeah, so good pick by President Tinubu.
All right, brilliant. Stay with us, BT. Let's move it around a little bit. Take it in the direction of sorry, did somebody want to come in?
Yeah, one man. Hello, one man. And BT before BT drop.
Hello, Prince. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard some fantasy kind of analysis about Atiku's prospect for the next election. If Atiku, how is Atiku going to win Osun State? Forgetting that he actually ran under the PDP platform last time, right? So are you saying you can easily transfer those votes or the structure in Osun State with the ADC and win easily? Personally, I don't think so. And Atiku winning overall, anyone that's going to beat Tinubu has to win by a huge margin, and I don't see that happening in a four-way, close race. It's not going to be possible. So to me, I don't think Atiku has any stronger chance than the last election. I don't think so. And Atiku, yeah, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have a better chance than he did before. He's not. I mean, he's not going to carry the structure of PDP that helped him last time. He may do well in the north, but that's even kind of dubious in itself because the Northerners, they may be playing, kind of a double play, so to speak. At the end of the day, the Northerners may collapse their structure, so to speak, and go with Tinubu, knowing very well, especially if Tinubu guarantees the return of the power to the Northerners, especially the Northwest.
Yeah, but it left with those structures to the ADC. So when I was speaking about Osun State, it's PDP I've always done well historically in Osun. And if you look at ADC as it's slightly constructed, you see that those voting blocks moved with him to the ADC. Now, if you're saying that he benefited from the PDP structure, yeah, of course, that's partly true. But I'm saying they've always given AC, APC a run for their money in that state, and I don't think anybody they put forth in PDP will do as well compared to Atiku in that state. So Atiku just has a hold of that state. Even when he ran on that.
Where is his wife from? Atinuke?
I think she's from Ogun. So I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm saying that even when Atiku ran under AC, was it AC or AD? He still did well in Osun. So that tells you that regardless of the party that he is, he will still do well in Osun State. Because we have numbers to prove that. That's my point. So
yeah, but those numbers were under the PDP.
There's a difference between doing well and winning. Sorry, there's a difference between doing well and winning.
Yeah, but because they will take votes now, because one man gave a 4-horse race scenario. That's where I'm coming from. So it's 4 people running for it, not 3. If it were 3 now, I'm like maybe it will still get the numbers. But if it's 4, I think it will win. It will win Osun State.
All right, brilliant. Thomas, check the private chat. I left you a note.
Thomas is here.
Thomas,
really?
I like Bagbo. Yeah, look at that.
Thomas
it's knocking under the, your wallet through the back door. Thomas, unmute. Are you there, Thomas? Is there in body, not in spirit?
Yeah, in spirit and everything.
But one man, can I ask you one thing just quickly before we go in?
Yeah, good.
Did you see what happened to Demola Lookman? He was simulated back to the club. Now Boniface, they didn't pick him up in AC. He's back to his club. Like, what's going on with Nigerian police? And
Boniface is carrying some sort of injury that he cannot pass a medical in a new club.
Yeah, but why is he always Italy with Osimhen? It was Lookman, now him. Like, is there something going on with? Because I'm like, at least Lookman is British, isn't it? like what's going on with them having a hard time when it comes to that country?
I don't know. The Italians
Okay.
they're a weird
Okay.
bunch, aren't they?
Let's just move over because I'm like,
Yeah, I'm still reeling from yesterday anyway, so
sorry,
I'm switching my mind off football.
your guy still wants to leave to Liverpool. He says he doesn't care. What's his name?
I hope they don't let him leave. Let him rot somewhere.
Really?
I don't. No, it's quite it's quite unseemly the way it's been behaving. Let him rot somewhere, or let them sell him outside. Let them send him to Saudi Arabia. Let him go and play in the Saudi league for a year.
For 130 million.
And if he goes to Liverpool, I hope he breaks his leg.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, that's what Newcastle. That's what they are saying in none of the Newcastle fan spaces. That if he goes to Liverpool, they hope he breaks his leg.
But you played well though. That was a last minute error.
It was a killer. I would have rather we had lost 2-0 than to have lost in that way.
They came back from that, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, I couldn't bear it. I just couldn't bear it. And the way you had the sense that it was coming. The way they were controlling the ball, then you could see it coming, and it came.
So
and they always seem to do that to us, Liverpool.
Will you guys forgive Isaac when he comes back?
I would never forgive him. I think they should just tolerate him till January, and then sell him outside of this country. They should not sell him to a club in this country.
Yeah, because he was trashing the fans, the club, everybody got. I'm like, guy.
I've never seen behavior like that before. Usually, players will indicate that they want to leave, but he's gone on complete strike. That he's not going to play on the. I mean, he has a 3-year contract. Does that even mean anything anymore? A contract?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to Nigeria. So I'm like, let me bring it up. But okay, thank you, man. Let's go back to it. Okay, thank you.
All right, brilliant. All right, thank you. So let's go in the direction of Tony. Then I will go from Tony to Zita. Tony, you're up next. So we're talking about Tinubu's trip to Brazil. We're talking about Bianca Ojukwu, who seems to be a real coup for the Tinubu administration. We're talking about the PDP ceding their presidential ticket to the South. And we're talking about how that permutates. Does that open the window for Goodluck Jonathan to come back? We're talking about Kemi Badenoch sinking further and further into the quicksand of the British politics. So those spaces or anything else that interests you, Tony?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Salah, Awadi.
I hail you. I hail you well because you was able to colonize or conquer all these Egba people. You know what I'm saying? Apart from Ajani Koko, who is a very great guy. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, you did a great job. So Allah is number one. After the Oba of Benin. You know what I'm saying? So because I really I just checked on documentary how this language that we are now saying Yoruba. Yes, sir.
I heard something about the Oba of Benin yesterday and again today. You may be needing a new Oba because I'm not quite sure that the Oba is just.
No. We're talking about the we're talking about the ranking and the power of the Oyo Kingdom. Also, that they also fought with us now. We are the only.
I'm saying your Oba is about to Yamutu. That's what they're
No,
saying.
it doesn't make a difference. We are, the prince is there. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard that though?
No. The prince is there. No matter, we don't give a damn about whatever rumors or whatever because we already have our Obas are born, not like your Obas that you have to be fighting like a war to
Tony,
yes,
my brother. After the fall of the Ife kingdom, the fight was between Owu, Oyo, and the Benin kingdom, and Oyo won that battle. So I don't know exactly where you're coming from with this.
No.
They like to tell themselves fables.
No, hold on, not tell myself. No, hold on. Sorry, sir. Did you listen to one Obani Koro Abikosoko's offspring yesterday? The video is trending. I mean, let's not look. We don't have to be battling over superiority. Okay, we are one people. Okay, so but the thing is, say we are still more powerful in that Yoruba, that so-called Yoruba race than all these Egba people. I respect Jebu because of my papa. When we talk of, Oyo Kingdom is very powerful because you know what I'm saying? Because they were, they were able to come and take all those Ondo and the Kitty away from the Guinea.
Bringing up Egba
No,
people?
hold on. You know, say I did deal with you now. Hold on. So the Oyo Kingdom is very powerful. Yeah. Actually, woman, you defeated us by taking the Ondo and the Ekiti from us. You know what I'm saying? And there's some other places. So, but we also did our best. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that is why Yoruba is not being spoken in Benin today, 100%, because that contention, I don't know how to call it, this struggle between the two brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that's not what happened. But all these other races there, they are just our slaves. All these Egba, they are our slaves. Look, my brother Atiku, sorry, sir, but so maybe they're not the judge talk at all. When Oyo is speaking, hold on, Oyo, Bini, or if we are speaking, you guys should just keep your mouth shut up. You know what I'm saying? So Oyo Kingdom, you tried. Don't be the language now we adopt now. It's the number one language now in Africa. Yoruba language.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. I thought your man on this show, what is his name again? Man of war, whatever, war man, the guy.
World Peace.
He said that.
No, me and Wapi were not. They were not the same. Okay. Let me listen.
He said that you guys did not own slaves or you didn't sell slaves. So how come you think that we were all your slaves? I thought you guys didn't have slaves.
No, hold on. You know that there's a battle going on now between North and South. You know that look at the end of the day, we have to go. No, hold on. Let us be. Let us discuss it. Let us talk. Let us speak in order. Orderliness, please, sir. So you ask me a question, and you know that I'm so fast. I'm too crazy. So it's so high. My brain is. I'm so high in my IQ that before you land your question, I already know where you are heading to. So exactly. Let me tell you one thing. So when we are speaking, you people from Egba don't speak. I said the way they dismantle Patrick there because Patrick is too gentle, a dog guy. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be your leader there. People from Oyo and Benin, we are superior to the Egba people. Okay. So next time when we are speaking, you guys just call it. Just be cool, okay? So that is it, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, Oyoki don't full respect, because that language alone, it shows the superiority over us, the rest people of the Yoruba, the so-called Yoruba region. You know what I'm saying? But we're still back to that in Edo State. So now let me go to the.
Hold on now, before you move.
Okay, yeah, come on, bring it on. Say I know we work peace.
Hold on now. The Yoruba kingdoms don't have. They don't have supremacy. They have the royal suits are confederacies, not supreme. We don't have what you're talking about. They are confederacy, not supremacy. So the alliance not for you, or it's not supreme to the Oluwo or to the Gbagura.
No, they are all siblings. We are all siblings. That's what I said earlier on.
Yeah, but there's no supreme throne in the Yoruba kingdom.
No, superiority is there because you know that Oyo due to the fact that that language had to be adopted. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we are talking about, and that is where that's where the superiority supremacy come into play, because the Yoruba is not Yoruba. That language you refer to as Yoruba today is actually the Oyo Alafin from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then by extension myself too, because we don't know actually if after forming the Benin Kingdom, Oromia went to form Oyo, and they probably took some Benin people along. So, and they were part of that show. And that woman also is also from Benin. Nobody knows, So, but we are the same team. Hold on. Then if it's our home, it's our father's home. Hold on, listen to me. So if it's a prince or whatever, that's where we all emanated from. It's okay, but at the end of the day. But Egba don't get anything to say, So when they call the molest Patrick, say not be proper Yoruba, So now let me nice a bit due to now where, you know what I'm saying?
Patrick is our adopted Egba son, so I don't know.
You see now. Anyway, sir, in a gentleman, me I be at the bone well. Okay, no wahala, sha.
I have word for you. Just stick to politics, okay? Leave
politics now. Yeah, I go to politics. Okay, thank you, sir. Now, but I go to politics. They're making a get ready. You know that. Let me start from where woman did even remind me of. That is, though he asked me to, whatever. I like to speak on. I should write down. Thank you, sir, for that. Then about Dr. Abati, you know, he presented two presentations from Abati. One was negative, one was positive. You know what I'm saying? The positive aspect is okay. Like the other guy that is from Belgium, he said that they are getting some cocoa or whatever, or we are now exporting cocoa. Is after crude oil, is very good. And then the money, we are making money, and then we are also sucking the people, the unemployed, we are taxing them, drinking their blood. Okay, no wahala. But the money, what are we doing with the money? So, woman, do you know why that we are not seeing results? Because we don't have a center pause, a center account where all the money should be paid into, where whoever need money for any project should go out to to apply. Say the first day when you left, they didn't let me speak at all. Then I said, my God, I wish that you was there. You would have let me speak about the issue. So they want to be speaking grammar here. So we are having a country, the so-called country, that you say when you make money, there's no accountability. You just all you hear, you just hearsay. They say we make 10 billion. They say we make this. But one man will just take that money and go and use it, or 10 men will just use that money. No accountability, no nothing, and all now with immunity and impunity. But in a normal sense society, you don't have to be giving the legislators constituency project money, for instance. Also, you must have a center account or post. You know what I'm saying? That when you put all this money into, then if Tinubu as a president want to execute any project, if we send his ministers there, they bring their project plan or their whatever they call it, then they will not say, okay, this is what I want to do. Then somebody have to be responsible in dishing out those money. You know what I'm saying? So that is what is missing in our system. That is why you see all this impunity and immunity is just the order of the day. That at the end of the day, just nothing. And at the end of the day, also, you see, the people that comes here, some of them, and in other platform, those cargoes, all those gedu people, those log of trees, when he went to school, they are like my uncles who benefited from the Nigeria system when the system was working fine. They go to university after graduation, they got their BTO, or if they perform well, then they get 504, 404, SRO. Then at the end of the day, today, old cargoes, they went abroad and suffering as slaves in their old age. They will come here and be talking trash, so that they speak English, grammar. You know what I'm saying? That's why the system is not working. So I wish that we are all speaking with one voice. That Mr. Tinubu, please, you say you are the president right now. We're in abroad. We are suffering. We are working for the white people. The money we are working here, they are taking it all back from us one way or the other. Please do the right thing. But so that they will be having change of heart. But instead, these stupid people, under the pretense of trying to support one of our own, out of stupidity, they will be defending the indefensible. So that's why the country is not good. Not only Nigeria, all Africa is useless. African people, they don't have sense. At the end of the day, why can't we have good hospitals in the country? Or why can't we have a kind of social security system that will cater for everybody, all and sundry, so that when the ministers retires, they will go to the same hospital, free of charge. They have their, when they got their pension, they get some houses to stay or to pay for it. Why can't we work towards that? Why should it be that once I'm a president or I'm a minister or I'm a local government chairman, I have to steal all the home money to be building houses like a Mefiele, building 700 bungalows or whatever you call it, and that person is not facing the China punishment, the Chinese punishment. So that's what we are saying, woman. You see, I'm just the wrong one. I'm the wrong crazy when I see the way people come here sometimes or in other platform try to defend the indefensible. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that the government will think that they are doing the right thing. So why? You have the money. Okay, woman, you already got what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to ask that day, because most of them say that they are professors in abroad right now. They went to universities, polytechnic or whatever. They did their IT. industrial attachment, and then in that same firm where they did all this, they know how that they have in every company they have general manager, the directors, the chairman of the company don't have any right to even to the boss of that company. The accountant is there, the auditors are there that check everything at the end of the year. What the hell is going on, woman? So I don't know where to start to. That's it for that one, sir.
You don't know where to start. You've been lost up for 20 minutes. All right. Do you want to give us a very a little flavor on Kemi Badenoch, and then we go on to Zita? Or
yes.
did you see the clip of a guy called General Gentle shooting up people? Did you see that?
That thing, I couldn't watch it. It's so painful. That was I don't know, somewhere in the southeast.
Yes. Somebody just sent it to me now.
Yeah, that's also brought me on to this issue of common basic security that is lacking in our area. So I don't have to blame them because it's survival of the fittest. I've already described the situation that we have in Nigeria. So don't blame anybody, woman. So blame the lack of government in the system, in the country. There's no government in the country. You see now, if there's government, there will be light, power, supply will be there. It's very easy. Thomas is there. He knows how it's being run. I'm telling you. If we have a government in Nigeria, like, assuming you are a president today, I know that you will say, okay, let me invite members of my platform. Let us come back to see how we can go to regulate, how to run the things. But in the case of these people, these typical wicked, satanic people that are in Nigeria, they will just capture the system and start to read their families. You know what I'm saying? But I just pray that we don't have all this kind of rolling situation. Because before they mix their children, first lady, first governor, first son and daughters, all these yalojas, they will see people attaro the way they ground with a rich hot ajakuta stone. You know what I'm saying? These people, they are so stupid. Nobody's talking about powers. And then I also heard that you said there was an improvement. There was another video you played, saying that, are you guys hearing me? Are you're hearing me, woman?
Yes.
So that just landed me now to that video that you played earlier on. Where they were talking about the power supply. That and then you said that if the obedient or other people they listen that they will say that they are paid whatever.
Sorry.
No. Let me
guy, just let him interject you. Don't do
just
that.
a question.
Okay. Right on.
That video, I have not seen it. Can you play that video, or is that graphic that you can't play it on live show?
I can't. You've seen it?
No, I have not seen the video.
I wish I could send it to you. I'll put it in the comment section.
Okay.
It's on Instagram.
Tony said something about something Gentle General or whatever. I've never heard
General Gentle. I'll put it in the private chat. So you can click on it there. I want you.
I also have it on WhatsApp. I have it also on WhatsApp. I can send to you, woman.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it just now, but
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, sir. So can I continue now, Babati?
Yeah. Carry on.
So, just for a short moment, thank you. Yeah, like that video you showed that about that guy that was saying that there's not constant power supply in Nigeria, but there was nothing to back it up. I mean, like we're talking of, a corresponding examples of power infrastructure that have been built, like a Jonathan time. All this gas turbine station in Egbe, in Benin, in this and all those rest, we are not seeing such projects on ground completed that we can say that is responsible for this regular or little bit improvement in power supply. So that means they are just fooling us. That was I'm saying. So somebody this is what we are talking about. That's an example of that guy now. If that guy is living in Nigeria, it's an example of those people that I described earlier on. Some of them will not be all the people in abroad. You are a great man, Then Chioma is the most intelligent here. Then don't forget Doopsy. When you are nominating anybody here, you have to know. So don't forget Doopsy. There's also Victoria here. Once upon a time, we have another very intelligent girl called Temini. Temini. You remember that girl?
No,
you remember that girl?
No, she's
she's kind of handicapped, but so intelligent. You know what I'm saying? You remember? Okay, Temini. You need to check your record, okay? You will see her. Temini. So one man, so there is no this in there, nothing like nothing on ground to show that to be responsible for that power improvement or power supply improvement or whatever. I don't know what to improvement in power supply. There should have been something to back it up. That okay, like now you said that okay, there's a refinery. We have just refurbished the Warri and the Port Harcourt. So hence there is a price is going down or there's improvement in supply of PMS or whatever you call it on this petrol. Then we can see that okay, that one happened as a result of the refurbishment of Warri and the Port Harcourt refinery. But in the case of power supply, can they tell us what is responsible for that? For that improvement. So that is where
it's the completion of the phase 1 of the Siemens deal and the start of the phase 2.
We learned that day that the contractor is well okay, probably it's the northern part. So probably it's the northern part. Then let me just land now with this other one, the Gef Tinubu versus that Malam.
You have 2 minutes so that we can move it around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is enough. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Go. So you see that Atiku Abubakar Muhammad, what do they call all these Arabs? I think they are just joking, you know what I'm saying? And the guy says, the guy said, look, they fear at all. He could go talk to us from a Arab country. Where would they suspect they came from? Anyway, sir, now this stupid man and woman who say want to go challenge Tinubu. You saw me? Say I want to go challenge Tinubu. Say not if we be, not if we Jonathan. That boy. You know what they call boy for our place? Now boy now, now Omwali, I told me that guy. The shame. The shame when they build the Amajiri schools. If you think of Benin, think of Warri, think of Port Harcourt, think of our place. Then think of Ondo, think of Imo State. Then he go where his wife comes from. He put all the ministers from there. They never do anything for our people there. You know what I'm saying? That useless man. Other him, somebody stole all those big money. This Alice Madweke. That man said no, they would shame. And then he has not been participating or going to this PDP party activity. And then all of a sudden they'll say come like a robot. Oh, they put some battery for Jonathan head. Battery. Now battery, now they operate that guy. See him, now battery. So when they push battery, hold on. So when they push battery, then Jonathan will go. But Tinubu, they wait for them now. That not be election. Now war they come, not be election. So nobody that is with his or her license will try to face Tinubu. You know what I say? Thank you, sir.
All right, brilliant.
Tinubu is doing that thing. Yes.
No, thank you now, Tony, please.
No, just
you may mute now. Thank you. All right, that's that. Yeah. So just on what Tony said there, I wanted to play you something, and then I'll bring Zeta up. Just on what Tony said last there, I'll play you this, and then we go to Zeta.
The topic is Tinubu and P2B. That is what we are discussing. Some people say that Tinubu is the best.
Yeah, you see, to me, if you are to judge them by their action and what they demonstrate as a politician, I think the political credential and political achievement of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is unmatchable, not only to Peter Obi, but if you compare him with other politicians. Because in my opinion, all politicians are the same, but some politicians are smarter than the others. And due to his smartness, understanding the law of power, being a very good student of politics, get his own way to become the president of Nigeria, which he told Nigerians it is his long-time ambition. So to me, they both contested an election in 2023. And if you look at the parameters and the political capital, they both possess. I don't believe Tinubu rigged an election, because somebody who wanted to contest an election in a party that the president was not supporting him, the vice president was against him, most of the ministers was against him, the Senate president was against him, the The Attorney General of the Federation was against him. The CBN governor was against him, but he managed to conquer politically all those enemies or political obstacles to win the primaries and also contest into the general election. So I think with the way in which we saw the nature of 2023 politics, I don't think Mr. President will be announced as a winner of the election without him winning an election, due to the fact that many people don't want him to be a president. As far as politics is concerned, till today, there is no political structure in place to challenge Tinubu even in coming 2027. I'm just saying the fact the way it is because I'm not a politician. I'm just a political analyst. I'm doing my job. And from what we've seen on the ground, from this political highaga, the orchestracy and political maneuverability being played by the so-called opposition figures, they don't have structures in place to challenge Tinubu. For example, if you take Atiku Abubakar has been contesting to be Nigerian president, and without him coming out using his own money to buy those spiritual or religious leaders in the north to campaign for him, Atiku does not have the political dexterity to even win a governorship election in his own state. And if you look at Peter Obi, yes, Peter Obi has what we call political organic followers. But what Peter Obi lacks is political foot soldiers. Because with the way and manner in which Obedient portray themselves, they are highly sophisticated when it comes to digital media. They are highly sophisticated when it comes to propaganda, orchestracy, and other political maneuverabilities. But the problem is that they fail to convince Peter Obi to play politics the way politics it is. Whether you like it or not, go and revisit the 2023 presidential election result. You will see those states won by Peter Obi are states that is being derived by what we call geographic, religious, and ethnic bias politics. If you look at the state won by Atiku Abubakar, it is all the same. But when you look at Bola Ahmed Tinubu got his vote mostly, over 5 million votes come from northern Nigeria. And northern Nigeria, mostly Yorubas. The answer is no. Why did he got over 5 million votes from northern Nigeria? Because he understands how to play politics, and he played politics just the way it is. So whether you like him or not, as far as the opposition figures, which Peter Obi is one of the prominent opposition figures in Nigeria, fail to play politics the way it is, then definitely even in the coming 2027 general election, they are not standing any chance to win against the incumbent president like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is a smart politician. I disagree with his policy. I've been affected by his poor policies, but the truth is that.
So that's a voice from the north right there, somewhere in the interspace, telling us what we always say here. So Zita, you're up next. Zita, floor is yours. All right, then we go to Prince Daddy. Prince. Is someone there? All right, yeah. So good to have you, Prince. The conversation, your contribution, your good friend Kemi Badenoch, now a laughing stock in the UK, your president from back from Brazil with a boot full of presents, all that.
Yeah, let me get a few minutes here. So yeah, so far, I mean, I don't follow Kemi Badenoch. Hello, everyone, by the way. Hello, one man. Like, share, and subscribe. Love the show. Regarding Kemi Badenoch, right? I'm not really sure of the entire story. Everything I know about her is from your show, one man. But you know, you're not an innocent bystander, one man. I can tell from your disposition and everything you say about her. You're not a fan of hers. But at the end of the day, I like to hear from maybe a neutral person, non-partisan person that can tell us exactly what is going on with Kemi Badenoch in that area. BT said something earlier also. Look, where she was appealing to the Nigerian population or citizens in UK. Well, she was at the grassroots trying to move up. Now she's gotten to a point that the gate has become narrow or narrower. Maybe she needs to re-strategize. Maybe that's what is going on. I don't know. She may come out quite aggressive and not complimentary about Nigeria. Uh, okay, I understand that. But she's the one in the hot seat playing politics. It's nice for us to say what we're saying. She should have done this and that. That lady you played earlier, actually talking about what she could have done. She could have. What did she say? She could have whatever word she used. Well, easy said than done on a chair. She's not the one playing politics. She's not the one in parliament dealing with all these people. Okay, I'm not saying she's using the right strategy, but nonetheless, we can't be blaming her, condemning her for
You
a
see,
strategy.
she's using the sorry, Prince. She's using the wrong strategy. Is what a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel that she should not just have used the Nigerian strategy at all. Rather than Nigeria this, Nigeria that in every interview, she should just have played that down and then just speak to national and global issues from a party's point of view. But every other interview is just her berating Nigeria, distancing from our background,
That was the
trying
whole
to
point.
yeah.
That was the whole point, Prince. That you could have made the same point without referring to Nigeria, using it as a scapegoat, and also talking about your ethnic. They're not blind in the UK. They know you're not British. You're a citizen of the UK of England, but you're not an indigene. You're not from
Well,
there.
maybe it was more so one man.
Why bring it up when you know it's not going to favor you with that group, or it's with person? Why bring it up? That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. That we don't. I don't really know why. She's the one on the hot seat, and also trying to pigeon all her about being a British or a British citizen. I mean, I think that's kind of a stretch. I think I'm not sure how you guys define a British citizen. I don't know, but she was born there. She may as well be an original person from there. You don't have to be white or Welsh or Scottish.
Prince, she wasn't talking about her citizenship. She says she's British.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know what that means.
She's not British.
Is that being British? Does that translate or that's synonymous to being white? Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, when you say if I say I'm Yoruba, it's different from being born in Yoruba land. You can be a citizen or a resident of Yoruba, but that doesn't make you Yoruba. You're just born there. So when she says
you trying to reduce quote unquote Britishness. That's what I see going on here.
Because she was shying away from the Nigerian side. So if you're removing one part of it, obviously that means you want to be, I say, with one part of you as well, where you're dismissing your Nigerianness or your Yoruba-ness.
Yeah, but to the issue about condemning, is she condemning a father's roots or Nigeria? I'm not really sure what's underpinning that. I don't know the story behind that.
There was no If I ask you a question as a British politician about the policing in the UK, why do you have to bring Nigeria up or your experience in Nigeria? We're not discussing Nigeria, we're discussing the UK, right? So why are you bringing up your experience with Nigerian police up in the conversation? So
obviously it appears that she may have been burned by a Nigerian or something about Nigeria that was bothering her as a country. Obviously, you guys said earlier she's not trying to deny Yoruba, lineage. She's not trying to do that.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but her father, I think still is because he's still alive. As far as I'm aware, is a Yoruba nation guy.
Yeah, I know. You said that before. And just like I said, you said it earlier also. She's not trying to deny her Yoruba-ness or Yoruba lineage. She's not doing that. She just has a problem with the country Nigeria. And for what, I don't know the reason why, but maybe there's something behind it, quite frankly. But, sometimes, I don't like when people that are not there, meaning that they're not occupying a certain position, trying to tell people how they should do their job or get things done. I don't tend to like that. I like people to make their own mistakes.
How is it working out now? How is it working out?
Well, yeah, see, it's fine. It doesn't have to work out. But if she's taking that strategy and it's not working out, maybe she can re-strategize, fine. But she's the one doing it. I mean, I don't like people to want to be perfect in everything. Obviously, she's not. I mean, many politicians are not. I mean, so
Please, sorry, apologies. Let me say one thing real quick. How do you want me to react if you tell the world that the racism, you don't experience racism in the UK, that there's no racism, then you come out months later to say, well, I'm being attacked for being black and for my ethnicity. So how am I supposed to react to that, Prince Adi? That's what she's doing. She denied that a few months ago, and here she is talking about how she's a victim of racist attack because of where she's from. So that's the issue.
Yeah.
You can't deny one thing one month, then say something different the next month.
The fact is, she's inconsistent and
That's
desperate.
the issue.
Yeah.
That's the issue, Prince. She doesn't stick to the script. She deviates too easily.
Yeah, I mean, I can see her fumbling, in what she's doing. But again, let me just, okay, my position with Kemi is that, look, it's quite clear. Woman is liberal. If Aro was here, he too doesn't care for Kemi, and he has a progressive or liberal view. But when it comes to a conservative line or background, I think I'm for her. I mean, I stand with her. Maybe not so much on her personal politics, but I think she's on conservative ideas or concept or ideology. She's doing good on that. Politics again, she's not doing very well. Not many politicians, they miscalculate. The master miscalculator is of course Atiku. So whatever she's doing, how she's pandering and trying to alienate certain constituent or group of people. At the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens. Maybe she will have to be kicked out of the parliament or lose her, constituency. I don't know. But I don't. At this point in time, as far as I'm concerned, I don't like being dumped on her. Quite frankly, I think as far as I'm concerned, she's an okay person. Maybe not necessarily a fine person, a fine politician so far, but she's working her way. She's working her way. A lot of politicians they made a big blunder. Who knows? At the end of the day, I mean that's why we don't write people off. She may end up becoming a champion of Nigeria and Nigerian causes around the world.
Do you think it is too late? Forget Nigeria for a second, but within that British politics, do you think it's too late for her, or is there still hope for her to become prime minister?
Me, I have a mentality of never say never. I'm never going to say it's too late. Although I don't know much about chances in politics, right? One thing can catapult you, or one pivotal, events can change your course of politicking, and everything can happen. So I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Do you know the best prime minister we've had in this country? At least the top three. You go, yes.
Okay.
Do you know why he lost the election?
Color of his skin.
Color of his skin. So Kemi Badenoch, even with at the best of times, she didn't stand a chance anyway. But the way she's playing politics now, she stands zero chance. There's absolutely no possibility.
No, if Sunak was not, visibly, aesthetically Indian, I can see my own Kurukuru eyes. That guy was very British to the core, as far as I'm concerned. It was so British.
Even more British, certainly more British than Kemi, but even more British than the average English Brit.
Right.
He's as British as you can possibly be, apart from being Indian.
Exactly. So that guy, it really, really represented you guys very well. But if it's true, I don't know. I'm just taking your word that it's color of the skin because I heard you said that before. I don't know, so I'm assuming you're right. But I don't know if that was the reason why it lost. But anyways, Tinubu in Brazil, not a fan of Lula da Silva. Is a corrupt politician, and to the core, is a corrupt guy. But it don't matter if he's willing to partner with Nigeria, with Tinubu, and do wonderful things. That'll be great. Brazil has a lot of benefit, quite frankly. Yeah, in the area of livestock you mentioned, even agriculture, I think we can go a long way partnering with Brazil. I think it's great. It is great. And to your analysis earlier about Tinubu saying that hey, corruption is, I didn't think he says is no more, but corruption, at least in terms of what you call it, the fuel subsidy and some other the foreign exchange, looting that went on in that country. I think you can say corruption is really has been curbed uh, greatly, actually. Of course, generally it's just corruption, of course, but I think in that regards to Tinubu's statement, that may be true in a lot of ways. So that is great. That is really really good. Um, yeah, if he says he's been to Brazil, this is his third time, first official visit, which is great. And I think we can do a whole lot more. Brazil manufactures weapons. They are into automobile when it comes to uh, what do you call it? Iron. Actually, they
We
have a
we,
certain.
we also buy their airplanes. They're the third biggest in the world. So they manufacture airplanes.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Brazil has actually been a BRICS country. Also, is quite strategic for Nigeria, being I guess non Western country. Yeah, Brazil it has its own challenges, of course, like every other place. There's no other place, but Brazil has a lot of benefit actually. If Nigeria is able to really strategize and form a real genuine partnership with Brazil, I think one we can do very, very well, very, very well actually. And I hope that really pans out with Tinubu. Yeah, Tinubu, as far as I'm concerned, is been wonderful. Unlike a lot of people like Patoski and Kolata that panic after 6 months in power, they're not seeing everything turn around 180 degrees and like start pointing finger, oh, bad minister, this and that. I thought that was a joke, anyways. I don't know who turns around the government, especially one of that of Nigeria that be so entrenched in corruption and all cesspool of you name it. So I think Tinubu, I've always said it, quite frankly, for anything to be of concrete a manifestation in his government, it needs one full term and maybe 2 years or halfway in the second term. Then Nigerians can actually see, oh yeah, a solid foundation about his plan. That's more realistic than worry about some damn ministers that they're not performing in 3 or 6 months and we want to lose our heads. I thought that was just ridiculous. So far, he's doing well. I'm not the one to point fingers at those people shouting they being power and all these things. It's a reality. It doesn't matter how great his master plans are. If people don't have food on the table, yes, I can generally see the anger and frustration. It is a reality, and it is legitimate concern, and that's why we don't discount people's concerns at any level. You just try to manage it as much as possible. That's what a good government would do. And Tinubu is doing very well. I think so far he's doing very well. He knows what he wants to do. Is a visionary. Absolutely. It came at the right time for that country. It did. It really did. And for sure, his second term, I hope he wins his second term because that will make a big difference, really. That's how we're going to see his signature on that country and the progress of that country, quite frankly. And no one knows more about the power dynamics in Nigeria than Tinubu. He knows it very well. That's why he's a patient guy.
Prince Daddy, how are you, my brother? Long time. How are you?
Hey, it's Thomas. How you doing? How you doing?
I did, my brother. I just want to ask you this question, please, because you're talking about Tinubu now. Current, a normal Nigeria on the street, female, male, old, women, just everybody, their reaction towards Tinubu government and he coming back 2027. If we base that on the next election, I think Tinubu will lose that election. The reaction of common man on the street. So if there is an alternative, like, as what they did to Jonathan the other time, unless they use the strong or the police, the high neck, common. Are you on TikTok? You listen to interviews of people are not happy with him. If we base that, he should lose that, he may lose that election. Yeah, I'm just asking you, what do you think about that? Oh, thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Thomas. Well, we've heard it said by Shegun Showumi, right, on your show, One Man, and at the end of the day, it's structure that wins the election in a place like Nigeria, and it's quite evident. There's no doubt about it. people can be saying all those things. I mean, of course, most things are exponentially blown on the internet. So I don't know about that. But Tinubu is not going to lose this coming election, especially with a four-way party, people, four-way, what you call it, parties running. Is not going to lose the election. Again, structure is what wins in that country, and the people, the agents, the polling agents are extremely instrumental in the final count of the numbers. And now, I mean, I said it before, and I think somebody said Tinubu is written a book before. I love him to write a book about this past election, because we from the outside don't know how much insurmountable opposition this man had. We know very well Buhari was against it. There's no doubt about that. That's almost incontrovertible. And that's why people like Buhari jump ship and these other things that happen. At the end of the day, this man won the damn election. I mean, you got to give this guy credit. Now he has all the apparatus of the state. I don't see this guy winning. And anyone that's going to beat Tinubu, just like I said earlier, must win by a large, wide margin. And that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to beat Tinubu with 200,000 or 500,000 votes. It's not going to happen. So Atiku's chances are to me is close to zero right now. If he runs, and yeah. So the concern that people are complaining on the internet, this and that. Nah, come on. Guys, have a couple more years to go. Come close to the election, you're gonna see money, plenty on the streets. Money is gonna plenty.
My prince. Can you give me 3 seconds?
Tony,
my prince.
Tony, hold on.
No, my prince. Please, can you give me 3 seconds, my brother? I beg.
Let Babati land. Then you come.
Hold on.
Okay.
Just what he said.
Okay. Be quick.
Hold on. To Thomas' point, just a question again to Thomas and you, because he said people are suffering on the street. We just had a midterm election that was a couple of weeks ago, right? Thomas, why do you think people, I mean, if they're really suffering and they're unhappy with the APC administration, why didn't anybody pick up any street? They barely won 4 or 5 seats across the country. So if people are really dissatisfied with the Tinubu administration, why didn't that reflect in the polls, Thomas? We didn't see.
Babati, can we still say they are still using the federal might? Babati, there is no, but even Tinubu, his own Yoruba people, they are against him.
Thomas, wait, hold on. If they use the federal might now, they were also going to use federal might in the next 2 years, right? So, but if people are that angry, don't tell me you can only win 2 or 3 seats for everybody. ADC was getting 0 across the board.
They didn't win anything at all. They didn't win anything.
Exactly. So that anger is not showing up in the polls, is what I'm saying, to Prince's point. Come on.
Can I come in now? Please, Daddy.
Great.
And thank you, sir. You know, I just want to learn this so that to avoid this controversy. You know, people are suffering, nothing is happening, but Tinubu is doing one thing that is making people to teach towards him. This North and South dialogue, my agenda here. Lest you guys forget. Remember that I'll be pushing this Tinubu's, this North-South dialogue agenda. I said that we need to take power back from this Northern, and that's exactly where Tinubu is performing. That's why people are tilted towards him. So people are actually suffering. There's nothing happening in the system, because when you are telling people that, like Dr. Bati said just now, your father get money for bank, people they hungry for house. So don't worry, in 10 years time, people don't die finish, people don't buy finish. So the TV said, now rigging, now between, and then I support them to rig, because I want to make you become dictator. If you can be able to restore, I'm happy to see that if you can be able to restructure the country or divide the country, or do a republic. That's it, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks. So to wrap it up,
please, Daddy, sorry. Please, Daddy, you hear what Babati said now? Actually, I was thinking the by-election that just finished, there should be that angry, like angry Nigerians are hungry. Even if they see Tinubu physically, if they allow them, they can even lynch him, but it doesn't show on the it doesn't show on the election as well. So I don't know. They are still using the federal might for the election as well, because it doesn't show. But
Thomas,
My brother, in Edo, Thomas, that's how it just happen. They don't let other people vote at all. They just write the result. Thank you. Now, for everywhere.
Yeah, Baba, please, Daddy, respond to that, because it doesn't correlate with all their shouting, you are suffering, we go to kick him out. It doesn't show in the last election. It
Well,
doesn't.
yeah, just like again, it comes down to the
Their
structure.
vote doesn't count. Their vote doesn't
Structure
count,
is
Thomas.
solid, and also
Let's
listen.
go on, please.
The structure is there for Tinubu, and it's a solid structure, well built, and the people shouting online, just like I said, one thing about the online people is that whatever they say is exponentially blown out of proportion. Again, people are suffering, there's no doubt, but when the good is coming, also nobody talks about what is good about that country. They always talk about the bad things. So at the end of the day, a lot of things are going to happen, and right now Tinubu has the upper hand in the coming election. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, and it's going to do extremely well. Tinubu, unlike Jonathan, the people are shouting about. Jonathan was an ex-president, right? But was an orphan. Jonathan is an orphan in Nigerian politics. We can literally say is nobody. He's nobody really. But Tinubu, that's not the case. Tinubu is a party person, but he has a solid foundation, and he is the party. At the end of the day, Tinubu is the party himself. Of course, people have to vote and choose their flag bearers, but Tinubu is the party himself. Unlike Jonathan, that the Northerners can tell what to do or push it left and right. They can't do that to Tinubu. The man has his tentacles in that country widespread. He's a solid Nigerian, a solid politician, and he knows what he's doing.
Those tentacles will be tested in this cycle, though. Because Tony was saying just then, is somewhat dismantling the power structures of the North, which sustains their hegemony. So, and they cannot afford another 4 years of him. So, and he got 5 million votes from the North, by the way, which padded out that's really where he won. But that's going to be tested now. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, woman. Yeah, but Tinubu, it's beyond that. His strategy to decolonize or to break the hegemony in the country, it's quite apparent for those paying attention. But here's the thing, though: at the end of the day, one man, that same strategy becomes a really, really solid bargaining chip. Is it not the case? I said it earlier. Now, if it guarantees to the Northerners, hey guys, the power is going back to you guys, and it's not only going back to you guys, it's going back to the Northwest. Game over. What is there to talk about? Game over. So that same thing that we tested is the same tool Tinubu can turn around and use it as a carrot stick or a bait for the same people. The guy, we gotta give it to the guy. The guy just super smart. To me, as far as I'm concerned, man, I'm telling you, the guy is a political genius. In that Nigeria, I mean,
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
The way do you think Tinubu, like in his quest to end this hegemony in Nigeria, do you think that will you be surprised if come 31 he finds an Hausa man in the north and hands over to him instead of a Fulani? Would you be surprised if he does that and bypasses the?
No, I won't be surprised. That's what I'm saying. I won't be. His first preference would probably be a Canary person, then a Hausa person, actually. But again, at the end of the day, it all depends on how things pan out. If he has to use that Fulani candidate as a bargaining chip, it will do that. It will have to do it. You have to settle for it. But at this point in time, he thinks he still has an edge in the whole thing, in the whole play. So he's playing his game. He's a very patient guy. He's a smart guy. He's a real political strategist. The guy is brilliant, man. The guy's smart. So that's just the game for Tinubu, and he's so far so good for him. He knows when the next move on a chessboard needs to be done, and is going to do that at the appropriate time. One man, I think I'm good on that. So, thank you.
All right, brilliant, excellent. Stay with us. Zita is up next. I'm not sure if we have Zita fully. If Zita is not there, then Thomas. If Thomas is not there, then Remy. So Zita, you're up next. Zita. All right, Thomas. Then are you there, Thomas? All right, we go with Remy then. So Remy, I'm not quite sure how deep you are into the conversation, but the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me?
Perfectly. Carry on.
Okay. Good morning, everybody from here.
Good morning to you.
I think Prince Daddy have said it all, and from the permutation I'm looking in my hand, I think the guy know what he's doing, and I think the next president after 2031 will either go to North Central or maybe probably the Northeast. And the major problem you guys are seeing in the North is because of the Fulani still fighting hard, thinking that if they cannot get it now because they are not so sure that the power will go to them in 2031. So if you look at the northern, the north, I'm talking about Northwest and Northeast very well. The Northwest are always thinking
sorry, Remy, big apologies. I'm going to go to the background. You coordinate the conversation amongst yourself, and then I'll let people in and out. So thank everyone. See you tomorrow. So coordinate the conversation amongst yourself.
So so let me continue. So I think
Remy's it's our host for tonight, right? Remy the host.
No, you are the host. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that the Northwest always feel entitled. The Northeast also sometimes, but they think that in the all the entire three regions of the northern state, the Northwest always think they are the one controlling the level, and I think this man already knows their strengths and also their depth and also their weaknesses. So he's going to use it against them. If you see the way he's ruling using it as he continues to consolidate on his political base and power. He also continues to work hard on economic angle of Nigeria. Can you believe that we can get a flight directly from Lagos to Brazil now through AirP, 7 hours, direct flight. But before you have to go through America or Canada or whatever, before you go to Brazil. That is what and then even AirPs have the fourth, is it wet or dry list, airplanes, Boeing 777. This is the fourth one they are getting within 2 months. They are continuing to expand their tentacle to Europe, to South America, to the other African countries. So to me, I think when I look at the political gladiators, I look at Atiku. To be frank with you, I don't know what that guy wants again. There's so many things stacked against you. The northern people are also, they are tired of voting for you. Can't you just call it a day? By 2027, you are going to be 80 years old. What else do you want? And you shot yourself on foot by removing yourself from PGP. And then the party you went to, you have not even registered. You have not even collected a card. Now, the PDP deliberated, they zone it to the south. Even if they are even supporting Tinubu indirectly, they deliberately zone it to the south. And if Atiku is thinking that if we have 1 or 2 or 3 candidates coming from the south, then there is going to get the vote of the north. They are just lying, okay? It's just propaganda. Because when you look at it very well in the last election, the North Central, they are not voting like the Northeast or Northwest. So if you want to win an election in Nigeria, just have 4 regions vote for you, and then pick other vote and be competitive in the Northeast and Northwest. And then you come and dry. If Northwest did not play their politics very well this time around, I'm sorry, they might turn out to be the Southeast, like Southeast used to be before. Nobody will need your vote anymore. So far you can get votes in Northeast, North Central, South, and Southwest, and a pocket of vote in Northeast and Southeast. Then you are home. You can become Nigerian president. It's as easy as like that. So for B, unfortunately, he didn't manage his success very well. And now he's in a dilemma, he's quite confused. He doesn't know where to go.
But Remy, sorry. The PDP has created an opening for him. They have zoned their party ticket to the down south. And don't you think Obi might explore that possibility that he might go back to the PDP, and that gives him a better chance to win the presidency?
That will be the greatest mistake of his life. I'm telling you, if he dare go back to PDP, they will rubbish him because look, nobody cook food for you in politics, and then you just come from nowhere and come and pick it up and become the president. No,
but I mean, the party elders want him. You heard from Jerry Ghana the other day.
Currently, are the party elders, are they the one controlling the party? The people controlling the party are the state governors and the NWC and the National Executive Council, PDP. So they don't have the money, they don't have the talk. You know Nigerians very well. Who have the money, they take the turn. And I think if Obi try to go back to PDP, first, is Obi ready to contest in primaries? Does Obi have the structure in PDP? No. They're not going to be thinking, they know, everybody knows the truth. That 2023 election is gone and it's over. This is 2027. And they're not quite sure that he doesn't have that power base, doesn't have anything like that before. I mean, the one he used to have before. So I think the best bet for him, like I said before, but unfortunately, as an opportunist, you won't do the right thing at the right time. You'll be looking for opportunity. That opportunity always comes once. If you grab it, you must grab it well. And he didn't grab it very well in the last election. So this time around, that opportunity cannot come again. So you have to play with the big boys. It's either you go back to Labour Party. Even at Labour Party, I will tell you no guarantee that they are going to give him the ticket again. I hope at the end of the day, you also have another. We always ask of you, but we are told that you are extremely busy cashing out the dollars in Australia.
I know. My shift came to morning shift. And you know, when we wake up is when one man started. Yeah. Immediately I'm clocking at work. That's when one man already starts. So that's why it keep me out of it. I always but not able to come in. I'm off today. I said let me just come in. Yeah, I miss everybody.
So I hope that even if Labour Party given a go ahead, I hope that the faction it belongs to, that is what the court will recognize. But I doubt it, because I think at the end of the day, both Abure faction and the faction that Obi belong to, that the Usman or whatever called, at the end of the day, the court will not recognize them. I think they might tell them.
There's a chance that Peter Obi might not be on the ballot in 20.
Yeah, there is a big chance he might not be on the way he's playing his politics. Unless he has another party in Toronto, to probably
and Remy, and he's not a smart man, so you know he's a smart man. He could have still keep that momentum in helping. He may not win the election. He may not win the election.
That momentum too cannot sustain it now. The religion vote is no more there. Muslims is no more there. There's nothing like a big protest like NSAS. Even there's a big protest in Nigeria now. Do you think they were supporting like before? No. A lot of people, it's a lot of propaganda during that time. And those people that did that work, they did a wonderful job by propagandizing for him. And then with also the way the tail end of Buhari, a lot of Nigerians were fed up. They don't want anything APC. And the APC was not even a united front. A lot of the big wigs that belongs to Buhari camp or that, they don't want Tinubu. That is the truth. Do you think if that party is as strong as the one now in 2023, do you think we will get that kind of vote? Look at the North. Do you think that people will get that kind of vote? But they deliberately, they don't want to support Tinubu. But because of the structure he has built over the years and the loyalties that some of these guys have, to him, that is why he was able to be competitive. How many people
I was asking a question before you came. I don't know, maybe you listened. I'm saying with the interview of average Nigerian on the street, how they are rejecting this Tinubu man. Do you think he can win election on a free and fair election?
No, the reality on ground is different from the reality online. For those people talking online,
I'm not talking about online.
No, I know, I understand.
It is online. People making all these interviews.
Yeah.
I understand.
Remy, let me land. People making this interview, they are going to the grassroots, like Anselan, like Mama Lata on the street, Mama Lepo on the street, asking the question, Are you going to support this government in the next election? I've never seen one. Even Yoruba people will be say, "Na Tinubu, Yoruba." Nobody want this guy.
You mean before the by-election or after the by-election?
Before the by-election.
I said, how come they didn't show up to vote in the by-election? It wasn't that anger did not reflect.
Their vote didn't count now. Their vote didn't count.
Let me tell you something. The votes were counted. Let me tell you what is happening in Nigeria today. Before you can rig any election, you must be popular there. And moreover, the way you go about the election, you can trace the vote. It's easy. Forget all those noise that if you lost, then you are rigged out. The reality on the ground is that the state governor of every state, they are the most powerful people in Nigeria, and they dictate the level in every state of Nigeria. So that's how it works. And moreover, the people that will go out to vote on a voting day are mostly 40% party members. Those ones are guaranteed vote for each of the party. Those ones that are very political, most Nigerians sometimes they feel that apathy is there. Some of them will not even go to the polling station to vote. But you can sit them online 24 hours shouting, "We are rigged."
You are right with that. People shouting on that doesn't even have PVC. They are not even voting.
And some of
you
them,
are right. Yeah.
So some of them will
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Remy, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I hope that you have a family in Nigeria now. So they would have been telling you what is going on. That's where Thomas is coming out from.
You are getting it wrong.
The street. No, hold on. In Delta State, hold on. Right now, in Delta State and Edo State, the police are now going after the Fulani headsmen in the forest. They are bringing them. They are rooting them out. That's a very big point. That's a score point right now that we can say, okay, they are liking Tinubu there. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Let me just learn. So that in the aspect of security in Delta State, we saw the policemen go into the bush to bring all these Fulani out now and arrested them. That has not been happening before. That's a very good point there. Point of argument say that okay, we are supporting him. But on the other hand, people are actually dying. Of hunger in Nigeria. Okay.
Is that your question? So that I can round up so that another person.
Okay, yeah, that's why I was asking that if you have a family in Nigeria,
thank you.
Or are they so rich that they are not feeling the?
We will hear your question. Before you respond, why people getting this? People are dying of hunger in Nigeria.
I don't know.
I don't know why this propaganda of people are dying. How many people have died in Nigeria and they say now hunger killed them? What are you? Let me go on.
Let me respond to you this way. Everybody on this platform, we all have relatives, friends, cousins, so many people still in Nigeria. You cannot be in abroad and take all your extended family to Nigeria. There will be some people, your grandma, your grandpa, that you help one at a time, or people you talk to in Nigeria.
I have a father, I have a mother, and two
so everybody asking this kind of question that do you still have a family? I think this question is irrelevant because no matter how you stay in abroad, you still have some of your people.
The most relevant question is what I asked. He didn't furnish me any good answer. Yeah, people are suffering. But in the area of security, I told you that in Edo and Delta right now, the police, Tinubu now send police to arrest people.
We must take people. Tony, that's enough, please. Let people talk, please. You said it right now. Yeah.
Thomas, good morning.
The shift me changes in money in me. If immediately I clock in at work, that's when one always starts.
You people that are working like nurses, how can a grown-up man like you be doing shift for God's sake? No problem.
What are you talking about?
The only people I know that run shift is the nurses now. I know. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I work in the health sector. I work in the health sector.
Okay.
I also work in the health sector. Yes, that is why.
When you see people online, just back to the question that you asked before. When you see people online, you cannot use what you see online to
No,
justify what
Simba,
is
don't
on
get me
ground.
wrong. I'm
Okay.
saying people online interviewing people on the street. So I'm not really
Let me tell
saying
you,
online.
I can choose whoever I want to interview. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People, you can, yes, I can choose who I will interview. We can even make it like a skit. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
that is possible. That's possible. I don't agree.
So,
I agree with you. Yeah.
so I just left Nigeria yesterday. I mean, 2 days ago. I spent like 2 months. You understand?
Yeah.
When you see people abroad, you hear them, Nigerians are dying of hunger, the country is so bad, is this. What I can feel about them is that they are just looking for validation. You understand? It's not as if they care. Those people that says that, it's not as if they care for the people at home. The way they are saying it suits them. You understand? It makes them like, yes, we are more superior. Oh, we are lucky that we are no longer in that country. So, that you're just looking for validation, superiority, this thing that, thank God we have escaped, we have taken the best decision to leave that country. Because when you are in Nigeria, let me tell you this. Yet on which day was that? On Friday, I went to a supermarket somewhere in Alakuko in Lagos on Sunday morning. I spent 2 hours on queue just to pay.
So where are they getting that money from? Where are they getting the money from?
Those are the people that are dying of hunger now. You understand? When you move, when you walk in Nigeria, when on the street of Nigeria, you see people, dying. You see carcass or people, and when you ask them, what happened? He say, it's hunger that killed him now. He couldn't eat for 1 month.
Do you know why I agree with you? Most Nigerians now, they are cooking with gas. Even the talikas, lepo, latas, they are cooking with that small gas, that cooking gas. So if you don't have money to buy food, how will you fill a gas?
Let me burst your bubble. Let me burst your bubble. There was a day my wife said that our gas has finished. That please, can I take my daughter to go and buy gas? So on our way going, we saw like 4 gas stations where we can fill the gas. And I said, why can't we branch here and buy the gas? He said, no, that mommy asked her to go to a particular place that their home gas is good.
They always buy when you are not around.
Do you know that when we got there, we spent, if you see the crowd that we met in that place, I was now wondering that what is the essence of, so as you said, nobody cook with charcoal or wood or wood. There's no stove again. Stove doesn't exist again.
Even party, Simba, the last time we went to Nigeria for party, we bought a 50 kg cylinder for the caterer. They don't
It's
use
not
wood
even like
anymore.
that. During Ileya, now we use gas to prepare the meat. You understand that? Before you put you put firewood. You now put kerosene.
Cooking stove.
You put firewood. You now put when you kill a ram to burn the hair on the skin. You now rub it with kerosene. Then
they put the fire. Yes.
Now it's gas now that we use to do all those things.
The country have changed a lot. To be frank with you,
You understand? The only thing that I see, and quite frankly, is that the purchasing power of people have reduced drastically. The purchasing power has reduced drastically. But it's not as terrible as the way you see people abroad. And they will tell them, people used to call them and ask them for money. All those things, I think, it makes them happy. It makes them happy that, oh yeah, because to me, they exaggerated a lot of things. I'm not saying that the country is good, but I think
in reality,
yeah.
all over the world, you see rich people and poor people. If not because of benefit and how the benefit that they give to people in this Western country, let's assume there's no benefit. Don't you think they will also strive out to make a living for themselves?
Hey, Remy,
So
let me tell you.
In Nigeria, if you are really hardworking and you know what you are doing, you are smiling to the bank almost every day without not that the government is taxing your profit. I'm not saying that people are not that, of course, because of a reforms, there will be hardship in the beginning. But nobody can tell you that they are buying a bag of rice at 140,000 like 6 or 7 months ago. It's still the same price now.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Is Simba an Abroadian or not? Because sometimes I don't know. Is he home based foreign or is he in between?
He's a rich man. No rich man just float around.
Me, I'm home based. I'm home based. I can say I'm more or less in Nigerian than Abroaderian. No.
But they still count you as a diaspora that you guys don't know.
Saudi now.
Simba, do you have family in Nigeria? Do you have relatives in Nigeria? Zero. That is why
my BT. I'm not like you. I'm not like Remy. I'm not like every other person on this platform.
Let's not do that. You live in Saudi Arabia. You're an Abroadian like everybody else.
Hey, but BT. It's only me that I'm abroad now. My whole family, my business, my everything is in Nigeria.
But I'm discussing you now.
What do you say? What do you say, BT?
I'm discussing you now. You, not your family. You are the Abroadian, not your family. You live inside.
Hey, no, but you cannot me like me now. Nobody can tell me what is going on and say that no, this is what I'm saying is because I spend my money in Nigeria. I do everything in Nigeria, so I know what is on ground in Nigeria more than even all the people. You understand? I know how much they sell tomato because I pay for it. It's not like somebody, my own is not second-hand information that, okay, somebody is calling me and this is what they are telling me. I'm on ground.
So maybe people like you on ground, can we ask a question? The price of food stuff that people always cry about, beans and rice or whatever, is it going up or coming down?
No. The price, no. But anybody that is telling you the price of food stuff is coming down, But the what people you hear people saying that oh no, but this is not the price. Maybe in 2022 or 2023. You understand? But it's not the price. The price of food now, as at this time of last year, the price of food was higher than what it is now.
Simba, you are 100%. My own firstborn is in Nigeria, living in Abeokuta. He said the food prices are going down. My own firstborn, the leader of our house. So it's really coming down. But you rightly said it, the purchasing power is the problem.
And according to
the other thing I used to tell people is that everything has a benchmark. That you cannot the price will reduce, but to get a state that you can't reduce it further because everything is international now. Let me tell you, there's nothing like say this is what we produce locally, because all the ingredients, all the tools and everything input that you have to produce that thing locally is actually imported.
They're imported, yes.
So there's a minimum price for everything. So I can't go below that minimum. If you want to go below that minimum, that means whoever is doing that business is going to run at loss. So is that minimum that the government should try and make Nigerians to be able to afford that minimum price? That will be beneficial to everybody. And when I look at our population, look at the way people behave in that country, sometimes I shake my head. You understand? Because if you look at our GDP growth, we are talking about, let's say 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. But our population growth is like ×2 of our GDP growth. There's no country that will have that kind of thing that will move You understand? You will just be doing it. The impact will not be felt because it's like a father that is earning like let's say 200,000. Your income is not, and it's maybe is increasing maybe by 20,000 every month, every year, but your responsibility increases more than that. That is the perfect way of looking at the situation of
The
Nigeria.
beauty of it now is that according to the agreement they signed with the labor, they said they will also review the minimum wage in the next 2 years.
But
Hopefully,
Remy, Imo increased their minimum wage to over 100,000 today.
yeah, that's
Yesterday.
good. If they
So
can do
and
that,
you know Lagos will want to beat that. Obviously, they're gonna
yes,
make
if
it
Imo increased to 100,000, see the way they are doing it now. Maybe before 2027, most of them, I'm not talking about some northern states, but I can guarantee that most of the southern states will close to 100,000.
And then we should stop saying all this and that we say, oh, well, if the increased salary is going to cause inflation, it's not going to cause any inflation.
You must do
It's
cost.
not.
No,
But
hold
they
on.
must do it gradually.
Hold on.
You should
Please,
understand.
government once they increase these monies, they should ensure that people like Simba don't increase rent because somebody got,
Yes.
you know them now, all those evil landlords. Once
Yes.
the government gives it's like they start increasing. So let government step in and you don't
So,
jack up
so
prices.
Simba, Babati is making a very good point. Now, if they increase, most of them increase to 100,000. What about Mama Tuntata?
Exactly.
Are they not going to jack it up again?
No. Let me tell you, the issue here, Mama Lata will not increase the price of butter. Mama, let me tell you, everybody is doing business.
I'm saying,
Let me give you this. Let
what
me give you
happened
this.
during
Do you know that?
no. What happened
Okay.
during OBJ? Remember the Gbemaremu thing?
Mm.
And you know what you
That is
landlords
the
did?
Tinubu coming for everybody.
I was in Nigeria. The Gbemaremu increases the purchasing power of people, and people enjoy.
Some people increase their rent because of that.
And how much? Let me tell you, you only pay rent in Nigeria once in a year now. You understand? You only pay rent once in a year. It's not something that you pay monthly. Let's see. Let us assume that okay, they increase salary to minimum wage to 150,000, and let's say your rent before was let's say 300. Somebody jack it up to 400. It's only an additional 100,000 per year. It
You can use
doesn't
that money
have.
no. You can use that money for something else. Is my point. You cannot just
No, you can't use it, but it doesn't have any significant effect.
It does. For you, it does not. For the average Nigerian, it does. That's the point.
But you cannot use that. What is not the rent that should be concerned is the day-to-day spending of the people that matters. I want to buy this. The cost of transportation, the cost of everything that people spend money on daily is what we should be concerned with.
I think what I'm trying to say here is this: there's a lot of reforms they can do in Nigeria, but unfortunately, if you are practicing free market indices, sometimes you cannot control like that. For example, I look at some model like this, like Lagos State, for example. You can now say, okay, if your route is from Ojuelegba to maybe to Maitu or wherever, then you just sell that route to one rich individual that can bring in a kind of big luxurious buses for transportation in that area. So you divide the route to this rich transporter that can bring in good and they will maintain their vehicle. They just pay a little percentage of their profit.
Remy, do you know one of the major things that contributed to the cost of transport, especially in a place like Lagos, is because of the nature of the road.
But your road is fairly okay comparing to other parts.
It's not as if the road. It's not as if the road. In fact, Lagos road are not. They are not bad. They are very good. What I'm saying is this: let's say you are doing Agege to probably Oshodi. You understand? Ordinarily, if the roads are free, that you can go and come back, and then you can do like maybe 5 times daily that route. But in a situation whereby you'll be caught up in traffic jam, And instead of doing 5 times in a day, you are able to do only 2 times.
So I
That
think
is,
then the available option for Lagos State is to continue to build their train lines. You can see people now take the metro.
that is the major problem. You understand? You burn most of the fuel, not actually working.
But you can't blame Lagos State when every Nigerian, everybody in Nigeria, if they want thinking about Nigerian dream, everybody go to Lagos.
You know, it's not even. Let me tell you this, Remy. We are not working in Nigeria, and I will tell you why I said that we are not working. Why in 21st century? Why are we doing 8 hours work out of 24 hours?
Very useless hours.
So are you Simba? Are you saying that we should eradicate the monthly salary and put to hourly work?
No, it's not. What I'm saying is this. If so, what normally responsible for that traffic jam is everybody move at the same time. Everybody goes to work in the morning and come back in the evening. Everybody goes to the work in the morning and come back in the evening.
So introduce shift now.
Exactly. That will reduce the congestion. Like if you are working 24 hours, you understand? So everybody will not wake up at the same time, go to work and come back at the same time. Look at the number of hours that we waste in a day, Remy. Just doing, everybody will just go to work.
You need security for night to ensure that, and you are losing. I mean, I was talking. What is for the other time? Not even New York, not even New York State too. Just New York City only make over $500 million on net economy only yearly in taxes. Not the whole state though, just the borough, the 5 boroughs, on clubs, all those businesses. I mean, where I live, I can go down the street and go to the gym at 2 o'clock in the morning. If I'm walking back, I can buy. I can go to Subway and buy a sandwich. All on foot. Okay, that's the opportunity.
Babati, I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing with this your USO. Like here, even midnight, people are still making money.
Exactly.
The filling stations are there; they don't close. Markers are working. What they call it? Red roaster at work. If I'm hungry at work at
McDonald's,
3 a.m., I
I
ordered for food. People are so they make use of all the time here.
Exactly. So if we can, so that means if they say we are not productive, it's part of why they say we are not productive. You understand? A country of population of over 200 million people, a few people will just work for 8 hours and everybody will go to sleep.
So what happens?
We use most of the evening time to play, to gist, to do merriment.
So from that 9 p.m. at night to 8 a.m. next morning, what happened? Nothing. Just
is it 9 p.m.? No, we close. They open work.
Going to bar.
People work BT. We work from 8 to 4. From that 4 in the evening till 8 p.m. the following day. At 8 a.m. the following day, nothing happened. It's only a few companies that they run shifts and people still they produce 24 hours. You've been to Dubai airport now. I was in Dubai
they
airport.
Reduce their labor. They always reduce their labor at night. Yeah.
I was in Dubai airport, and can you imagine that? I don't even know. I was trying to look at within 10 minutes how many planes landed, how many planes took off. You understand? You see, in fact, is in Dubai airport, and I see that planes are now queuing. They will be on queue to take off from the ground. They will be on queue. So you now see economy. You can see millions of people that are working in that airport alone.
Simba, let me tell you something.
24/7.
Simba, let me tell you something that will shock you. There was a day I was traveling from Shanghai and I was going to Singapore. Do you know that I calculated how many flights go to America that day alone? It's about 42 flights from that city alone to different
Imagine.
city in America. I said, oh my God, these people, they are gone, man. 42 flights go to different city in America just a day. And they are doing it 7 days
I
in a
get
week.
to Lagos. They say by 11 they don't close. That's the last flight for
Wow.
the day.
Babati,
The
I
last
forgot
yes
that
now in
country.
Lagos. I think the last flight it will be like around that
11
11.
now.
That
11. That's it.
then nothing will happen until the
The
following
morning.
morning.
Nonsense.
You understand?
Simba, I wanted to land in one country. I forgot that country. You can imagine our plane was it went and turned around for 4 times because there was no land, there was no space for the plane to land. So they always turn, they will go and turn back again.
Just
And
let me
turn
tell
back
you,
again because of
just on Saturday, in Amsterdam there, my wife and my daughter's flight, the gate was shifted 4 times within 2 hours.
Wow.
Do you know what is responsible for that?
What?
You understand?
crowd.
It's because they have to. That means they are the because of the space. They are just
Simba, have
walking
you ever been to that airport before?
per seconds. The
If you
Amsterdam
have been
airport.
to, if you have been to, I've been there before.
I've been there
They
now.
were
I've been there.
super busy, and the airport is so big. And I laugh at Nigeria when they want to extend Nigeria. Hey, the money is too much. Say, you guys, are you really serious? Do you really want your economy of that country to really grow? How many places even landing at a time? Even in some airport, you will see 3 or 4 airplanes landing at a time. Different.
Come and see the Terminal 3 alone in Dubai airport. It stretched almost 1 kilometer. Stretch a terminal. There will be one terminal in Nigeria like a hall.
Simba,
Like a hall.
That
And they were
Dubai,
shouting.
that Dubai
They don't
airport.
spend money. Oh, they don't eat our money. Oh, I think what? In fact, I don't think a lot of
That
people know what
Dubai airport was as busy when I got there at 11 or 12 at midnight as it was during the day when I was leaving in the morning. There was no difference. It was the same traffic, the same. I'm like, where are these people coming from? Everybody just, but it was a hub, though. They made it a hub. So you are flying from there to everywhere, different people from every. I'm like, what is this place? But in Nigeria, it's just the same people. I'm like, don't you have any
In
other
fact,
people anywhere?
Babati, to say the truth, that Murtala Mohammed, Terminal 1, Terminal 2, is not even enough for Lagos. They need to build that Lekki airport as soon as possible. They need to start building that one too. Because as we are not controlling population, and as our economy improve, Nigeria can be Lagos can be an hub.
You can force, you can even force.
Spending chicken change money, and Nigerians are shouting and want to do wow, they have siphoned.
You can even force growth now. You can force growth in that area because if you build an airport there, then the demand then be over there. People that let me build a house in that area instead of going to that. The demand will
apart
come
from
up.
that, if you are going to
BT, what we are saying now is not now. If you have something like that, that means the hospitality business has to work 24/7. Everything that revolve around that, you know, transportation,
transport will also have to do that.
Exactly. So the economy has to. So why won't people get job? You understand? But in an economy where people sleep for 16 hours. What do you expect?
Sleeping for 16 hours and making babies, man. Babies. They are making babies every now and then, making babies, okay?
Because that night economy, like if people are arriving at night, somebody has to take them there, somebody has to cook for them, somebody has to provide security. So they're so interlinked, interwoven. But why government does not see that I don't understand, honestly. I don't know why they don't see the opportunity.
BT.
Babati, you know the problem with the government is this. Sometimes look at this government that is willing to do a lot of stuff. But when you see all those people that they don't wish that country good, what will come out is that, is it airport we want to eat? Is this good road we want to eat? Please, we are hungry. Nigerians are hungry. It's all about food. They are not even thinking about in the next 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. Most of this good country, they plan 5 years plan 10 years plan, and they follow it. They follow it 100%. But in Nigeria, it's all about food. I don't understand. We are just spending $440 million just to reconstruct what do you call it, an airport built about 40 or something years ago that is no more of use, and Nigerians were shouting. Go to Singapore. Initially, they spent close to about $3 billion to start building their airport. What about all this Amsterdam? If you see all these Western European, they make a lot of land in case of a fusion expansion. Look at Ethiopia Airline. If you go to Addis Ababa, I've taken their plane before. They also have another big terminal again. But in Nigeria, I don't understand our people. I don't understand our mentality at all. Some people want to make that country good. Some people, they want to make that country bad or even worse. They don't want that
You know, BT. And let me even I think Terminal 2 in Dubai Airport does not have a hangar. You understand? They just built it. You know what they do? They now have these buses that when they will just put people in that terminal, once it is time for you to board, they have these buses. You can't even count them. You understand? What I'm saying about that is that the way they create job for people, thousands of people, at least people that will drive those buses, the one that will be controlling people. Okay, this is where to sit. This is time for you to move and all those things. If you have, let me tell you, if you have that Dubai airport alone in Nigeria, the sheer number of people that airport will employ.
I've ever been to Qatar airport. There's a train from one terminal to another terminal inside the airport.
I'm just even looking. I'm just looking at by the sheer number of employments that kind of thing creates.
On my way to departure, to leave the airport, walking out, if you know how many businesses were on my way out. Oh, do you need this? Do you need that? Like you
exactly.
Know, leaving. People actually walking. They have their stands in the airport on your way out. There was even Nigerians there. Like they had like a stand there. Like they have this package. They have this one. Do you want that one? Do you have an hotel? Do you have this? We have this for you. And like, it was as busy as like a day, but it was like almost midnight. But it was busy.
There's nothing like midnight, though. No midnight anywhere. No midnight. All the Middle East country and even some of these Asian tigers, they are just they run 24 hours economy.
They never sleep. Simba, they don't
so
sleep.
I think that is what we're supposed to do. You can't be sleeping. We can't be resting for 16 hours out of 24 hours in a day and say we are going to make any inroad.
You see, even in Europe or Asia, when they want to construct road or bridges, they will have fabricated everything from their factory. They just couple it overnight, and the next morning, everything is done. Voila. There is light, there's everything. And maybe we still have a long way to go. We have to solve two issues: security and electricity. Because once we solve that problem of electricity, everything will fall into shape. At least you can use light to do a lot of things by yourself. So far we don't solve that issue of electricity and also security. Whether we like it or not, let them have their state policing. Or maybe the federal government, and I don't know what they are going to do, maybe recruit more police. I don't know. We should put people. People should have work to do. You should also, sometimes, I'm sorry for saying this, it will be a little bit harsh. Sometimes you also force our youth to do some kind of job. Because some people always think that if I study this course, this is the course I'm looking for a job in. No, it's all about skills now.
But this same job that they claim that they cannot do, that's what we do abroad when we Japan now.
So, but if they give them the job in Nigeria, they will say, no, I don't want to do that kind of job.
You will see a bank, a manager of a bank that Japa, I will now go and be working in a warehouse abroad or be doing Uber. So we can swallow our pride to do all those jobs outside. But in our country, We even be the one discouraging people that I'm a graduate now. Why should I be doing this?
First, they have to do that just to survive. If not, they will find
you know,
themselves back.
like a mechanic here. Recently, I have this old vehicle that I had to pay somebody. I didn't want to take the car to the mechanic, right? So they have all this. They call them mobile mechanics. They will come to you and fix the car, whatever. So I paid him everything about $1,100 for what will have cost me about $3,000 if I took it to the shop. And that is what he does all day. This guy makes more money than a farmer. He makes more money. He makes over 200K a year just doing that.
Yeah, let me chime in. Yeah, so
You know what I mean? All these mobile mechanics, they make a lot of money, and it's a skill.
yeah, BT. Sorry. Yeah, BT. Yeah, that's a good point. That's why I'm always impressed with the West, specifically America, because they have different ways of innovation in the society. If you want to talk about drive-through, banking, drive-through. I mean, their process improvement in service industry it's superb. That's how they generate a lot of jobs. But Simba, in Nigeria, right? Prostitution does very well at night, because at night.
There's security for that
Are
one
you
as
serious at all?
No, let me land. Yeah, of course I'm serious. Now, you were talking about lack of diversification in our economy, but you forgot to certain things. Just right now, 1 second. Remy just mentioned that power and security is really needed or important to grow our economy. Of course, that is true. You're talking about, okay, most of Nigeria is still service-based economy in the primary, what you're going to call like a low sector. You want to put it that way. Okay, most of the people bank during the day. No people go to bank at night. People go to the store or to the market to buy food stuff and whatnot. They do it during the day. So our economy is not that robust. It's not that robust to accommodate, the growth of jobs that you're talking about. It's still, I mean, maybe not in Lagos, but many parts of the country, security is a big issue. It's a big issue in many parts of the country, and people cannot
But
just.
Pinzadi, when before the security issues came in, you understand? Because that's what we are very good at. That we always look for one thing or the other to say this is why we are not doing certain things. This insecurity that we are talking about started during this, probably, let's say 15, maybe like 15 years ago. But before then,
That good luck,
what
that
was
bad thing.
yes. So what before then, Prince Daddy, are we there?
No, say apart from security,
When you
no,
have
no,
a
hold on,
population, when you have
security. Okay,
okay,
15 years ago, 10 years ago, that is fine. I agree with you, but in our present reality, security is an issue. So don't discount that.
I'm not saying
Maybe
no.
okay,
Let me tell
but
you this.
also
Let me tell you this. When you said security, I agree with you. I'm not downplaying the effect of the insecurity. But what I was saying, before the insecurity, we are not looking in that direction. Also, we are not there. We are not saying this is what we have been doing. It was when the insecurity now came, and that was what now stop it. We are not doing it even before the insecurity.
I
Okay,
agree with you. We're not doing it. Okay,
let me
but
tell you, how
hold
do
on.
you get people
But listen to
employed?
what I said. Okay, apart from this, all the main points we're making here, listen to what I've said. I said the reason why I like Americans in the Western countries, maybe even Asia and China, is because of their innovation and creativity. In America here, it's more impressive sometimes is the way they've organized their service. The new ways of doing things is innovation in itself. It doesn't have to be new great technology, but the way you rearrange your services, in itself creates new jobs and improve the system. So, to me, if you ask me personally, it's more like lack of innovation and creativity that's the bane of our society. That if you want to put in power, that we lack of power and some other things. But that's just the problem. But to my point about in prostitution, I wasn't kidding because in Nigeria, the clubs that open late at night. Are you kidding me? They open to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the freaking morning. The prostitutes are out there. So the jobs that individuals, private people can do is private. It just shows the problem of the government not helping the people on the ground.
Okay, to make it easier yeah, I get your point. So the individual level, they find a way to work it out. But listen, that on a macro scale, we could do a better job. If I work for a big company, there's no reason why I should not drive to the marina at night and work from 11 to 7 or from 3 to 9. So I can even work part-time.
Sorry, BK, and to add to it, now, thank God to technology, many Nigerians are working, on different time zones because, again, it's all individual innovation and effort. A lot of people, the young people are working, of course,
So
in the tech
why
sector.
why is government not catching up to that reality?
Well, Simba like to go around, blame all the people, but not the government. And Simba Rebi, they like twins. They do that a lot.
Prince, I'm blaming the government. Why not?
So all this thing that we have been talking about in the morning since President, so it's government that we are people that we are blaming, individuals that we are blaming. We are talking about how we can make our economy to be more robust. You say we are blaming the people.
And I'm telling you what the people are doing. The people are actually doing a lot of things.
I beg, you are just downplaying the effect of what we are talking about. I don't even know the kind of economy that is going on in Nigeria in the off hours. I don't even know. You are talking about prostitution and all those things. Is that what we are talking about?
The prostitution, the banking.
No, it's not about individual businesses. Like even a church, is an economy.
That is true too. That is true. That is true.
So it's an economy in its own.
So no. Okay, now let me tell you. Let me ask you people this one. So they have security. Wait now, let me wait now. They have security to go for a show. They have security to go for party at night, and they are safe. But they cannot walk because of insecurity. What about that?
Well, it's not in all places. I just say maybe in Lagos and other places.
Just let me tell you, you are the gene, Nigerian gene that is in you is always full of excuses.
Okay, guys, can we talk about?
I'm not making excuses though. I don't make excuses. I just told you the reality. Okay.
You understand? He just said it now. The people they are secured at night to do prostitution, standing on the street, and they are not attacked by insecurity.
Are you kidding me?
Wait now. They have security. They have security to do 24 hours party. They have security. Wait now. They have security to go for a show.
The club owners, they have security, and people that do stuff at night, they
so those ones that line the streets. Wait now. The one that line the streets of Lagos, Lekki, Wuse, Zone 3 and Abuja, they line the street too. It's not as if they are in a club. They are on the streets there.
I just
told you they are not kidnapped.
They are willing to take the risk. Are you kidding me, Simba? They are willing to take that risk. If they don't do prostitution, what the heck are they going to do?
It's you that brought that argument, and that's why I'm following you. I don't want to brought that argument, and that's why I'm following you.
No, I think you're playing around. Now, let's be real. If people feel secure, if people feel secure, they will do more things economically for themselves. They won't.
Even when we started the discussion, we are not blaming people. We are talking about governments, how we can make our economy a 24 hours economy. So it's not about individual.
Let me ask Prince Daddy a question. Prince Daddy, all those anger hookers on the street, do they pay tax?
Well, to whom? Why would they not pay tax?
They pay tax.
But trust me, they have enough money to pay their rent and maybe send their kids to school and help their family member. It is real.
We are going to quantify that industry in terms of, I'm talking about street ones, so we are not talking about those ones that go to 5-star hotel. Those street ones all over the federation. In terms of monetary terms, would you say that their industry can worth up to 1 billion naira?
For every night, yes.
I don't know, but it is the reality.
No, Remy, here's my point. You can, if you do what they do in Amsterdam, legalize it, let's know who you are, provide a safety net, condom use, regular testing, provide a space for that, and tax it and make money. Even introduce weed smoking to it, but whatever it is, tax it and make sure it is regulated. Number two is let's also introduce hourly pay for night work. If you want to work overtime, we pay you and a half work. If you want to do part-time, encourage that. But let's find the best place, maybe Abuja or Port Harcourt, a safe area relatively to start with this thing. Let's see how it goes in Abuja, for example. Or maybe Keja or VI or Iko. You just test run into somewhere. Let's see how it goes. Then if it works, I then expand it.
I think, to be frank with you, what we are discussing here is very good, and I think we can use Ogun State as a template that have most industries or factory in Nigeria.
Oh, the song goes you can do that.
Yeah, because if they are like that, and our state government can give all of these places 24 hours supply of electricity, then we have curbed the issue of maybe underemployment or unemployment in that state. There will be more people trooping to work 3 shifts in a day. For example, it's a country of 250 million people, and they will consume milk every day. They will consume bread. They will consume a lot of household products every day. So I think it's high time we have to find problem to the issue of electricity. I'm quite happy when they said the Siemens second phase is about to begin. And when they finish it, it will bring about 7,100 megawatts of electricity to the grid. But I'm also looking out for states. I'm looking out for any state that can solve that issue of that electricity, 24 electricity in the state. Because now they have the power to generate, to transmit, and distribute. So you cannot
Remy, quick question. This new bill signed by Tinubu, the one with Siemens, they said about 11,000 megawatts within 2 years, right? Is what I read.
Yeah, but the one they are doing now,
that is federal, right?
Yeah,
that's federal for what part of is it transmission or generation?
No, I think they are going to be about transmission and generation.
Okay.
Because they have already brought in a lot of big what do you call it? That thing that we usually use. I forgot. Maybe Simba can remember me. In the street, that big transformers or whatever. They brought in the equipment a lot. And let's see, they say in the next 1 year. But I'm still hoping that most of the states we have to generate their own electricity by themselves.
Remy, why is federal government still investing heavily on that when they said the thing has been liberalized? Why can't they encourage private?
That part of the value chain, that transmission cost wombe. Most countries, it is always the government that does that. You don't invest in transmission. There's no money there. So in most countries, the government will have to pool a lot of resources in that part. That's just the reality. People don't invest in transmission. It is distribution, and then that's where the money man. So government has to partner with somebody to invest 10 billion or 12 billion in power transmission lines. No company will put that money there. They have to go find Siemens. So that's just the reality, unfortunately. But I'm sure 12K is not bad now. Plus, wait, Remy, that 12,000, is it plus the 5 we have now, or minus the 5? Is it plus or minus?
It's minus.
So that would be
7,100 megawatts.
Also, so plus the 12 would be like 19K, 19.
Yes, exactly. Because they are targeted for that when the sign with Buhari was 25,000 megawatts. But I think people that maybe probably they are living close to like Dangote, all these big factories, I think they don't have problem with electricity. And I like what the government is doing. They are doing off-grid electricity for most of Nigerian university. So people in the university today, they are also enjoying. They have good supply of electricity. They also have access to money. I mean, in terms of loans and the stipend they are giving them.
Simba, did you address the PDP thing earlier? Them zoning their ticket to the south?
Okay. In fact, I heard some people saying that it was that the thing is actually going to favor Tinubu. That it was actually a ploy by PDP because most of the PDP people are now in they are supporting Tinubu. I don't know.
But they're saying that creates an opening for P2B to
if it comes to the PDP, since there was only down south.
And let's see what is going to happen now. If Peter Obi is on the ballot, how many people is going to be on the ballot? Is he going? Are they going to give him free tickets, or is he going to go for primary?
Let me say that would be political suicide if he returns to the PDP. That's so. Do you agree with that or not? Like, I think it's a great move. Honestly, PDP would be a great choice for people. To be honestly.
Hey, to me, if he goes to PDP, there are so many people in that PDP that work against him. And if he makes that attempt of going, BT, they will not give him free ticket too. And it's unlikely that he will win that. Or you know that Obi cannot win the primary now.
So Obi will like but PDP will not. PDP is not Labour now. He has to contest. He has to fight for it now.
In fact, because what will happen is that if they do that, and if he moves, believe me, they will sponsor a candidate that goes against him.
The point
You
is,
understand my
why
point?
is he afraid of primaries? Why?
It's not Obi is not Obi. Let me tell you, Obi is not a politician. He's not a politician. He's just like a guy that if he's a politician, he won't be behaving the way he's behaving and running from one party to the other. Anytime he has any little problem, he will leave and go to another party. He's just looking for the easy way out. I agree with people that say that if he goes to PDP, it will commit a serious political suicide. They will contest against him, and probably he might not even be on the ballot at all, unless if he sends it and he now did the same thing that he did in 2020.
How can he win the primaries? The state governors control the delegates.
That's what I'm saying now. There are a lot of people in that PDP that will be waiting for him that will work against him. It's not as if they are calling him, hey, come and take, it's free, come and take. No. I think the best bet for him is, and he's not even working. Well, I think that is doing that one for him, Sha. And he said he still said that he's ready to work with him. That Labour party
Simba,
is still the best bet for him.
Simba,
don't be mistaken. That is not working for him. That is working for himself.
That is hoping that Obi will leave.
Come
Labour.
back.
No. Because if Obi leaves Labour, then he gets the ticket. That is working for that. I don't think that.
But that is back in LP now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my point. That is not
it's back in LP. Yeah,
it's
that
not,
means he's not going with his boss.
Yeah.
And Obi, Simba, which party is Obi now? Has it become to ADC? Is still in Labour Party? What is the status of the party?